Warning. Broken simulation. Broken simulation. With Sam Tripoli.
Welcome to Johnny Woodard presents Broken Simulation, starring Johnny Woodard. And moving right along, what does it matter? Johnny, how are you? Oh, Jesus, Johnny. Johnny's got a fart machine. Johnny's got a fart machine. He uses his mouth to make fart sounds. Everyone laughs out loud. Don't. That gives me PTSDs, okay?
PTSDs again.
Yeah. Okay?
How are you?
Not
man?
STDs, PTSDs.
Well, I think PTSDs are better than
Oh,
STDs
you say that
for sure.
PTSDs are the STDs of your mind? Is that what you're saying?
What's up, man?
Nada, Johnny. Big news.
You don't have nada up. You're busy. You work more
I'm
than anybody
always
I know.
busy, dude. Non-stop going crazy. So real quick, good news. I will be the Weirdo Tour is in full effect.
like that.
Starts this week. I'll be in New Jersey tonight when this drops, and I'll be there tomorrow night. And then next week, I'm very excited to announce I'm in Spokane, I think first, and then Tacoma. Tacoma sold out, guys. Tacoma sold out. No tickets left. I'm getting hit up. People are trying to scalp them. Trying to get. Guess what? I'm Pearl Jam. I ain't playing your games anymore. So grab your tickets, Spokane. The premium seats are gone. All that's left is general. Grab your tickets now. Then the following week, I am in Minneapolis, and I'm putting tours together. I want to come everywhere. I want to go everywhere.
I
Yeah,
like
that's
that too.
yeah. That's Tom Segura's. I'm coming everywhere. I don't want to do that. So yeah, just keep hitting me up. We're trying, dude. You know, some comedy clubs don't want me to play there because they don't want to do Sundays, and I just don't want to do Sundays. I would rather fly home and see my kids.
You're the Chick-fil-A of comedians.
I really am, but I'm pro-gay. I'm the Chick-fil-A that said fucking gay people can do whatever they want. We were coming. Can you beep that?
You're Chick-fil-A. That's you.
Yeah, can you beep that? We're trying to be. Yeah. Just give me a beep, bro. Ba-bum, bum, 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 ba-bum, bum, 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 bum. Give me a
What are
beep.
you doing now? Oh, is that a song? I don't know that song.
What do you mean you don't know that song?
Bum,
Johnny?
bum, 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 bum. Give me a beat. What is that?
Bum, 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 bum. I don't know, dude. Is that a song?
You made it up? Oh,
No, I didn't make it up.
I don't know it. I probably do know it, but you were so far off that
Yeah,
I didn't
listen,
recognize
it's a Janet Jackson song or a Paula Abdul song.
Oh, okay. I'm not a big fan, so
Of either of them?
no.
Of Janet Jackson?
She's fine. I mean, I guess, but she's a little before my time too.
I guess she is. You remember when she was just a kid on what was it? What is it? That was that.
If it's anything with her, just a kid, I don't remember it for sure.
Good Times.
No, Good
You
Times.
never watched Good Times, did
It's
you?
before my. No, it's way before my
I
time.
think that is the one negative to all the content coming out. People don't get to watch the old classics.
Same things. Like when I was a kid, it was Growing Pains, Who's the Boss? What's the one with Tim Allen?
Tool
Home
Time.
Improvement
Or Home
Improvement. Yeah, those were like like Dallas. That was the very end of Dallas's run when I was a little kid.
You remember when just a couple of weeks ago where Pamela Anderson was trying to get some clout by saying Tim whipped his schlong out?
Yeah, that
And
was
everyone's
funny.
like, that was a million years ago, and
Nobody
you've
cares.
seen bigger and crazier.
Yeah.
All right, man. I want to get in something real quick. Okay, I know I've talked about this on a bunch of my shows. The Rihanna halftime show. At first, I liked it because it was like, hey, it's cool that it's not like just drowning in satanic stuff.
Or was it?
Or was it?
Because you were texting and you tweeted out like, "Oh, I'm loving thick Rihanna."
I do
And was
love
like,
thick Rihanna.
Oh, it's
And I
gross,
do
dude.
love
She's
pregnant.
clearly pregnant.
I do like pregnant chicks, too. I make no illusions.
But
I love
Steve
pregnant women.
Steve Smith, the football player, made a great point. She's clearly lip syncing, and she wasn't dancing because she's too pregnant. So she was getting paid millions of dollars.
This is the greatest
to
example
neither sing nor dance.
of the difference between men and women. That football game was the difference between men and women. Okay? Men, this is the peak of both masculinity and femininity all in one game. So you had some of the greatest athletes on planet Earth battling for honor, supremacy, will, the gold,
the peak of their profession. They've gotten top of the mountain and they're battling for who will be king of that mountain. And then you have a pregnant chick rubbing her vagina and everyone's like, yes, queen, right? Like that's peak chick. This is just peak woman. This lets you know that is the greatest example of what a woman would be. Like women love that. Like just some pregnant chick in the middle of a stadium with everybody cheering.
Swatting her. Yeah.
Just swatting it. Just ringing the doorbell. That
That's
poor
gross.
kid. That poor kid's like, are we sleeping? Am I awake? What's going on right now? Kid's just banging the sides.
It just wasn't. It wasn't.
And here's the
I didn't
weirdest
do it
thing
for me.
about it, dude. Here's the weirdest thing about it, because I love pregnant chicks. Pregnant chicks.
She didn't get paid, by the way. I know she didn't get paid, but
Yeah, and that makes it even worse.
yeah. Well, I think she actually gave them their money's worth. And if you look at it that way,
Yeah, good point.
They
They
paid
didn't
nothing,
pay
and
anything.
they got nothing. Yeah.
That's almost the NFL getting what they deserve for not paying people to do that.
Yeah.
Like, how much money do you need that you can't pay a performer?
It's such huge exposure.
But
to
here's
them.
the thing, dude. If you study every other halftime show, right?
Yeah.
They have multiple acts come in. The one
Yeah,
act
I kept
is
waiting. I kept waiting.
It's like, bring out Wu-Tang.
Anything.
Bring out anybody. Dolly Parton standing next to you.
There were plenty of people in the audience that would have been better. I'd rather see
Anybody.
Elon take the stage. Let's
Yeah,
hear what
Elon
Elon's got to say.
doing robot dance. Like you had a chance to surround yourself with just a whole gaggle of performers while you just sat there swatting your vajayjay.
Yeah, and she's somebody who's famously had a lot of, people featuring on her songs, like a ton of people.
Yeah, just load it up, bro.
Yeah.
Wu-Tang, Boys the Men, Public Enemy.
Wouldn't this be a great place for Kanye to make his comeback?
Kanye
Yeah.
comes back in a yarmulke going, I was wrong about the I've been reprogrammed.
I can't wait for him to come back because he's like dropped off the. I haven't heard a damn thing about him.
They either said, okay, your job's done. Thank you. Or like somebody had a real talk with him.
Or he's just sitting in a padded room somewhere, like drooling. Like,
No, he got married. He got married.
Well, okay, that about the same thing then maybe.
Do you think her family goes, what are you doing?
I don't know. I mean, it depends on how. Like my family, I think would be, if like hypothetically, I had a third sister and she brought home Kanye West. I like to think they'd be okay with it. He's rich.
Well,
they would get it.
what do you think would freak them out more? The anti stuff or he's black?
Oh, he's black for sure. For sure.
I
Yeah,
hear what you got to say about that, but this black skin thing
for sure.
is getting
No,
a little
my
weird.
parents would be chill with it. My uncle, not so much. In fact, he
how
would.
about your aunt who loves the show and is
I don't
into
know
black
about,
guys?
yeah, I don't know about that. I know my uncle though would for sure give him a hearing on the stuff.
Yeah.
Like they'd probably bond a little.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
then he would remember that he's black.
Are
and-
there any in your hometown?
Yeah, the Kurtzmans. Yeah,
That's it.
yeah, we know them by name. The
Yeah.
Kurtzman girls, the twins. Yeah,
Were
I went
they
to high
hot?
school with them. They were cute. Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
Jew chicks are hot.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Jew chicks are really hot. I love them.
Chelsea and Roxanne, shout out.
Shout out Roxanne. You got to be very ballsy to name your daughter Roxanne. You are
Yeah.
really asking for danger.
Yeah. I'm sure there are a lot of Roxannes running
I
around.
think Chastity, you're asking Chastity. Every Chastity I know is hot and puts out.
It's also
Every
a stripper
Chastity.
name. Like I know a couple of stripper movies that have the
Named
name
Chastity?
Yeah, there's a Chastity.
I don't
on
think
a stripper, right?
Chastity. Chastity is a do it for the love of the game type chick.
No, but I know there is a movie, at least one, where that's the stripper name is Chastity.
So, dude, it's like I really would like to be able to find a house to buy so my kids can move in, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a bad time.
They're saying right now, if you bought a house, you're paying 60% more than if you did like X number of years ago.
It's going down though. I did see a video yesterday that like the market 6 months ago was at like a peak of all peaks.
Yeah,
And it's 5 months in a row now that it's been declining.
yeah.
So it could be the beginning of
Do
like a
you
real
think
downside.
LA will ever depress? I just
Well,
don't
what the
think.
guy said in this video was that what you have now, the prices are being held up by these people who are being stubborn, like they're in denial and thinking like, no, I'm getting my asking price.
Yeah.
But it could be falsely like propping up prices and that
Right.
the bottom's getting ready to fall out. So I would.
How long can they keep paying that mortgage?
Who knows, man? Who knows?
And they probably own a bunch of houses, so they're scrambling right now.
Yeah, and it's all. I mean, it's all these now. I mean, we talked about this when the market was lower and started booming. It's because of these institutional, real estate investors.
For sure.
They're buying up all this shit,
For sure.
and they never get stuck holding the bag. So
And if they did, they get bailed out.
yeah, it'll all go down
Yeah,
in
it's
like
chaos.
a day. It'll all
It's
just
chaos.
collapse in a day.
So Johnny, let's get into my life and my days and all that stuff. I'm excited to announce I joined Jiu-Jitsu and I took my first Jiu-Jitsu class.
I saw that on Instagram, dude. Yeah.
I was very excited. I thought that was not a good picture to take, but I wanted to take a picture on that day.
I thought you were worried now about getting into jiu-jitsu at your age.
I am.
And kind of tweaking your joints and stuff.
I am.
Why'd you still do it?
Because, Johnny, do you want the truth?
No.
The truth is, I am being flooded with buttholes and fight videos on Instagram that I'm freaking out. That there's going to be a fight around every corner.
I see. Okay, these knockout videos and people just
That's all
brawling
it
in the
is.
streets. Yeah. This Fight Haven Twitter account.
Yeah, it's
I
everywhere.
don't follow it.
Yeah.
And yet they're just slamming my timeline with this, dude. And a few times I've said I don't want to see this anymore.
Oh, by the way,
And
Johnny. So
it's just there.
Fight Haven's allowed to be there, and I like Fight Haven. I just got
don't-
dinged on Twitter.
Makes me feel
I can't
bad.
get into my account.
Oh yeah, I saw this. Yeah. Wait, say why.
I can't get into my Instagram because they said I had my profile pic promoted violence.
That's official Tripoli, right?
Yeah. But temporary unavailable because it violates.
Oh, it's not showing it, is it?
Yeah.
Wow.
And
Oh, you put it on Instagram though, right?
yeah, it's on Instagram. You'll see the message.
In your story?
Yeah, no, it's on. There it is. You saw it
Oh shit. Okay.
right there.
Oh yeah. Okay. Here we go.
So for those listening at home, I posted it at Sam Tripoli. So I have to really play very nice because they just keep getting me for shit on Instagram.
Can I just read this really quickly?
Yeah.
Okay. They sent him a message. The top says delete profile image, and then it says you have violated our rules against, quote, graphic violence or adult content in profile images. You may not include graphic violence or adult content in your profile photo or profile header image. We consider graphic violence to be any form of gory media related to death, serious injury, violence, or surgical procedures. We consider adult content to be any media that is pornographic and or maybe intended to cause sexual arousal.
Oh my God!
Maybe
think about
they
that.
got you with that last thing. Maybe you're just looking a little too hot for Twitter.
Well, go on. Maybe it's not me. Maybe it's those.
So
go back.
here's the look.
That is what got me kicked off.
And if you're listening, it's Sam on Bruce Lee's body
yeah, with nunchucks,
wearing a wife beater.
wearing a wife.
Not nude.
Maybe that's it. Is it because it's a wife beater?
And then there's, the woman. What is this? A movie poster? I don't know what
This
it
is
is.
basically a ripoff of somewhat of Enter the Dragon in a weird way, right? But it's not Enter the Dragon.
No, because that guy back there is not.
Well, that's Brian Callen.
Well, no, but I'm saying the body. That's not. Nobody's like huge like that. in
Yeah,
Enter the
there
Dragon.
is a guy in the
Which guy?
Enter the Dragon. That's the big guy who fights at the end.
Oh, I'm confusing that with the other, Way of the Dragon.
Yeah, Enter the Dragon, where he goes to the island for the tournament.
I'm trying to look for movie posters here. Okay.
But I don't think it's 100% that movie. I think it's meant to be a homage to that movie.
But
So,
there's nothing sexual about that image.
there's not sexual, and the woman holding the gun there could that be it?
Maybe. I mean.
I mean, are nunchucks that dangerous?
There's no. What? So what? The NRA can't have their logo on their pro. I mean, you know what I mean. Anything with a gun in it is
She's
not
not
allowed.
even
That's crazy.
shooting it.
This is America.
This is America.
It clearly somebody reported you, right?
Of course, that's all they do. Every time I post, there's just people reporting me because they're bored.
And here's you first day of
Yeah, exhausted.
jiu-jitsu.
So
This is after? Okay.
Yeah, I go that. I should have
This is the last thing the dick sees right here. Just look at that. Right in the old mouth.
What's wrong with you?
That's what it looks like, dude. It looks like somebody snapped a photo of Sam
Okay,
Tripoli.
we'll get into this, Johnny. We'll get into this. Okay. So
What is that photo?
I don't know, man. I was
What
exhausted.
is that? Is that what you're doing? Like I'm breathing heavy? Is that what
Yeah,
this is?
that's like I'm super tired.
It looks like you're just about to go, oh, like that.
Johnny, you have weird that lets me know you're a little more demented than you want anybody to know, and you let me take all the heavy fire on that being the weirdo. So I do that. So here's the problem, Johnny. So I'm gonna be honest with you. So this is maybe the 5th time I've tried to start jiu-jitsu. I'm gonna make no illusions. I've tried a bunch of times.
Five.
I've quit every time.
Why? Wait, okay, so when was the first time?
Dude, the first time
Ever.
was when Eddie Bravo opened his new school, his first school.
His first school.
Me and Scott
Well,
Ross
like,
went.
When? What year are we talking here?
2000.
Was that when you did it
2000
with Ari?
maybe?
Was that when you and Ari were in the same?
No, Ari went to that school, yeah, because Joe was sending everybody, but Duncan was going there. Joe was paying for everybody's.
Really?
And it wasn't paying for mine, but he's paying for all those
That's
guys.
so nice of him to do that.
Yeah,
Wow.
I mean, Joe's a good guy like that. So I went there. I brought Scott Ross, my old roommate, whose job was he was a porn critic, and he would go to the AVNs. It was a big day.
Scott Ross, who owns his own.
I brought him there. He stayed there because I overthought it. I used to I had a very defeatist attitude back in the day.
Yeah. What do you mean?
I would just tell myself I couldn't do it.
Do what though? Couldn't do what?
Jiu-jitsu.
But you
Like, I
were
wasn't
doing it. You were in
limber
the
enough.
class, right?
Yeah, but I was like, oh, I can't do this limber enough. I can't do that limber enough.
Wait, so how many? Like the first time you went, how many classes did you?
I'd
do?
say I'd go like a month or two.
And what you felt you weren't progressing? or
Yeah, I
something?
thought I can't do it. I want to. I did enjoy it. You ever do a workout and not enjoy it, then do a workout you love, and you're like, wow, well, it was an
Oh
hour.
no, totally. Like cycling, I hate cycling.
Right. Do you have a workout you like to do?
I like the treadmill. Like,
Okay, so
that
and
kinda
then
thing.
like you'll treadmill for like
I can do it for hours. Yeah,
okay, and then you get off. You're like, whoa, time flew.
I can walk
That's
all
how
day.
I feel about Krav Maga.
Jog.
Krav Maga.
Oh really?
I
So
love
why
that.
are you going back to jiu-jitsu?
Okay, let me get into that.
Okay.
So every time I took it, I would be miserable doing it, but I wanted to do it. This is the first time I went, and I was like, okay, man, I like this because,
This last time.
yeah, I was like, okay, I get this. And I think it's a bunch of things. Sobriety,
Oh, interesting.
spirituality. Like I no longer am in a defeatist. I believe all things are possible. And the biggest thing I've done, which is a big problem for me, is I'm very goal oriented. Right?
Yeah.
And even though sometimes it takes me 3 decades to get the goal, right?
Yeah.
I'm still was like when I started stand up, I was like, I want to be a headliner in comedy clubs. And I was that very early, but I fumbled and fell and stumbled a whole lot. You know, but
How much do drugs have to do with that?
a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. And a lack of God and a lack of just somebody settling me down. Going, breathe, dude. You're trying to force this. It will happen when it's supposed to happen. And it happened when it was supposed to happen. So, you know, it's like I see a lot of these young guys doing stand-up and they crack the code very early. And they're great. And it's awesome to see. I was somebody who that wasn't, you know, this new style of doing stand-up where you cut up clips, you put on social media, that wasn't available to me. If you couldn't get on the Tonight Show or any of that stuff, you were done.
Yeah. Until Dan Cook, right?
Dan Cook changed. So it goes like this. I think Dan Cook changed that. Dan Cook told comedians, hey man, you can do stand-up. You can become big through the internet. And everyone's like, whoa. And then Joe Rogan, Death Squad, some of those nerd podcasts too. But I really do think Death Squad was the big one with like Tom Segura, Joey Diaz, Red Band, Duncan. Like I was that, but I wasn't getting those numbers. But they it was like you had Howard Stern and you had I think I've talked about some of the other podcasts, and you had Opie and Anthony, and they were doing edgy stuff. But it was still through a corporate. They still had bosses.
Yeah. I mean, it got better when they went to satellite radio.
Of
but
course.
Yeah,
But
still.
Death Squad was the first time it was like dudes doing whatever they wanted, as weird as they wanted to, in language that they wanted to, and they blew it up. And it became huge. And it's like that. If that group would have stayed together, that would have been how much would Death Squad be worth today?
Oh, forget about it. I mean, that was, around that time, one of the ideas, especially maybe a little later than that, was that you should have a network. Like All Things Comedy was based on that, and that Death Squad too, that you could get all these people together and keep them together. But it's just unreasonable, right? You can't do it because everybody wants to have their own thing. Nobody wants to cut a pie up 12 ways when maybe you're doing better than somebody else.
Yeah. I mean,
I just don't think it could ever have continued. You get what I'm saying? Because everybody had to go kind of try it out for themselves.
Well, yeah, because eventually, I mean, I don't want to get into the politics of it all, but it always comes down to cash and how can I maximize my money, and that's it.
Yeah.
But
Trailblazer though, Brian,
dude, I know that Adam Curry calls himself the Podfather, but I do think on another scale. Like Brian Redband, if you look at all the podcasts that he was associated with, the Joey Diaz, I know Joey Diaz went off and did his own thing, but like they had podcasts.
Yeah.
Right? They had podcasts with Joey Diaz, Ari Shaffir, Ari Shaffir's show. All these shows started off on their basically one way or another with Death Squad. And at some point, most of the big shows on All Things Comedy were Death Squad shows.
Yeah, well, that's interesting to me. Now, do you, as someone who was there in the early days of that, what was the business relationship between Death Squad and ATC? Well, how did that work? I'm really interested to know that.
I don't think there was one.
So what, they just put it out on their website and that was it?
I think that what happened was people left Death Squad and were trying to do things on their own. And then ATC's like, hey, come here. We'll give you a free studio, all this stuff, and we're going to work together. And the whole thing was that we were going to be the anti-network.
Yeah.
And then that didn't happen.
No. Yeah.
It's
so
I'm going to
hard
say
with
this.
that many people.
I'm going to say this. I'm very thankful to everything that ATC did to me, for me, giving me the studio, allowing me to change the show, allowing me to do a conspiracy podcast, which ultimately clashed with their goals, which is why we kind of went and did our own thing and ultimately paid off. So I have no ill will.
Great people over there. Yeah, we love all
Very
those guys.
thankful. Want them to do well. Very thankful for every opportunity. And Bill and Al allowed us to have Aaron for a very long time for all of our podcasts.
I love Aaron.
And
I still talk to him about baseball every now and then. He's a good.
well,
dude.
I would love to have him back on.
We should.
Why wouldn't we?
Let's have him on Broken Tim, too.
I want to know how his kid is.
He'll call in for Broken Tim.
Yeah, for sure.
Should have him call in like next week. Maybe.
So
I'll talk to him.
yeah. So that's that. But back to jiu-jitsu, dude. So
Yeah.
I'm back in a great state of mind. I'm in a place where I'm like, okay, positivity. I'm in a positive state of mind. And I went there and I started to get it. And I finally, for the first time, it flew by. I'm like,
What do you mean by that? Get it? It just you enjoyed it? Is that what you
yeah,
mean?
I really enjoyed it because okay, so again, going back to being goal oriented, right? I am somebody who goes, okay, I want to get, like, my goal I write down all the time, black belt and Krav Maga.
Okay.
I'm going to have to go through a lot of pain to get there, but I want it.
What you're still what? White belt? Sam, just give me a death stare right now. Are you a white belt?
Johnny, you don't understand what the story is.
Nobody does. You've been doing it for 3 years and you're still white belt.
Johnny,
Doesn't make any
the
sense.
3 years was during the pandemic and I was taking private.
Oh, they don't give people belts during the pandemics, obviously.
I wasn't taking it through the school. You dumbass.
Why don't you just go in and say, I want a test for my white belt. I've been doing Krav Maga for 3 years.
He teaches there, and he's offered to do it. But there's also part of me going, Johnny, that when I get it, I'm meant to get it. And the truth of the matter is, I want a black belt only because it symbolizes mastery, right? But at the end of the day, I just really want to be able to defend myself.
Well, if
in a
that's all you
fight.
cared about, then you would never test. You would just keep going and going.
But
to
I'm telling
privates.
you, I wouldn't. I mean, like, I want, because the level of what they're teaching you, I know what they're doing.
Yeah.
I'm actually helping people like learn how to do it because I've been doing it for 2 years. And
It's about time, though. You would agree it's about time
I'm
for you to
going
test.
to talk
for
to
about,
my trainer to go, can you ask them? Because I'm over. I
It's
know all
overdue,
this.
right? Yeah.
I know it all.
Okay. It's overdue.
Yeah. And dude, I love where I go. Krav Maga, they're all nice people. It's like I'm having the best experience.
Now, does the jiu-jitsu, does it cut into your Krav Maga time?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
There's no like change of the balance of
Meaning like what?
like, are you doing a little less Krav Maga and a little
Nope.
to do this?
I'm gonna
jiu-jitsu?
do two. I'm gonna go 2 nights at Krav Maga, and then I'm gonna try to do 2 to 3 nights of jiu-jitsu
Jeez. A week.
a week.
That's a lot of MMA. Like
I love it though. I love it.
a lot of fighting.
I love it. I love it. It's fun. I get tired. I just got a nap.
All in a class setting? All of those?
But it's like to be honest with you, Johnny, I talk to Dana about this all the time. She's mad that I'm not calling in the comedy clubs here. And I go, because I want to do something else with my life. Like, I'm in the game for 30
Yeah.
years. Like, we just sold out Tacoma. I'm happy doing the road, working on my act on the road, occasionally jumping on a show in LA, but I did it.
Yeah. Why would you go back and get your fucking shit like ignored by somebody who's shit faced and has no interest in comedy, who just happens to be there on a bachelorette night or
I
whatever?
just
When
thought-
you
I
can
mean,
go
like,
out to
dude,
people who
I love
adore
these
you,
clubs. There
hundreds
will
of
be a
people
time-
who adore you.
Everyone goes away. Everyone walks away. Everyone goes away and they come back. I need to go away for a little while.
Do you think you will come back though? Why would you? I mean, you've already
At this point-
you've gone beyond that. You know.
I'm going to be honest with you, Johnny. I'm a little sad. So I posted this thing about Conspiracy Social Club being in the top 100.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
And I
With
hate
tinfoil.
doing those
Why?
because I just feel like I don't need to say that. But the reason I am saying that is because I feel like people forget who I am. Like there's some people, and the biggest thing I'm seeing is like a lot of my friends aren't having me on their shows, which is fine if that's their business.
I feel like you've been on more stuff lately than
lately,
ever. Yeah.
But there's a lot of my buddy shows that like, hey, dude, you know I'll light that shit up. And I just feel like I get sad that maybe they think I'm a wild card, which I am.
Most people ask to do that stuff. You know that, right? Most people go around and like bother the shit. I mean, you know it because you have a podcast that people want to be on. People
Right.
bother you all the time, and then finally you let them on.
I'm like Jason T-Ball. I feel like Jason and I, when it came to comedy, wanted people to come ask us.
Yeah,
And I think it's a horrible way to operate.
yeah.
And
That
I
makes sense,
asked some people, they're like, yeah, I'll get you in. I never hear back from them. I just
Because
think,
they probably forgot, and you didn't remind them, and it never happened.
I guess I'm sensitive.
Yeah, it's all right.
It is.
It's better to be that way than the opposite way. to
So, anyways, so I'm in a spiritually a better place right now. I'm spiritually, I believe everything's possible. And going back to the goal orientation stuff, okay, is that I'm going into jiu-jitsu going, the chances of a black belt are almost slim to none. And we're not here for that. We're not here for the destination. We're here for the journey.
That's Aerosmith. Life's a journey, not a destination.
Yeah.
Life's a journey, not a destination.
So I'm living Aerosmith's life right now.
Just can't tell
So
just what
that's
tomorrow
kind of
brings.
where I'm at. I'm just gonna accept that. Who knows where this goes and where it ends? But I'm gonna enjoy going to it because, like, for me, like, you know, I see all my friends are joining jiu-jitsu tournaments. That doesn't interest me at all in any way. I literally just want to be like, okay, this big dude's coming at me. How do I choke him out so I don't get
Yeah,
murdered?
totally. Yeah, I totally get that.
That's it.
Well, okay, so when you go in and it's your first class, how many other people are there having their first class?
My first class was Valentine's Day. It was a very small class. So this is why I want to get into it,
Valentine's.
right?
Was there anybody else there that was their first class?
No.
No. Okay. What do they like greet you and say, "Hey, it's Sam's first class"? Is it like going to a meeting or something? I mean, what's it like? How do they kind of, you know what I mean?
Sam, Jiu-jitsu, first day, thank you. No, it depends. Like, depends on the school. Some schools have beginners classes. Some schools have throw you right in.
Yeah. Oh, what was your experience?
Throw you right in.
And how's that go?
It was a lot easier than I remember in the past. I used to name the moves by the year I thought I could do them.
Explain that. I don't understand.
Like, I would call this move the 2024, right? Like, because I thought it would take me forever back in the day to learn this move. Right?
It's funny.
So
It's kind of defeatist when you think about it.
100%. But it's me trying to hide my lack of belief in myself with jokes, even if it's a joke for myself. I'm trying to make the other person laugh, but in reality, I'm just beating myself up.
How much did you remember? Did you remember like enough to get around?
I mean, I know little things, dude. Like, I know wrestling really well. I back in the day, I remember I'm not gonna say because I'm gonna hear from him, but there's another comic we wrestled. I tapped him. Like, I can remember little things. Like, I'm really good with the hooks and all that. But like, even the warm up, I got
Ari too.
I got Ari, and I was like, just tap because I'm gonna elbow the fuck out of you. Okay, so even the warm up used to freak me out. And it wasn't that bad.
See, that's all very intimidating to me. Like, going in there the first time and them not having like a beginner class, that freaks me out.
Yeah, but you know what?
Intensely.
It was everybody's first day. The problem is, Johnny, you're a regular sized guy. Because I'm thick, okay, I have to work with the cyborg that works out there.
What does that mean? Wait, because you're thick.
Because I go with the big guys. They always
they
throw
go
me
by
with the
weight?
big guy. No, well, yeah, they try to have you kind of work out with the guys your size when you're training.
Interesting. All right.
Or at least that day they did. And in the past, that's what they've done with me.
That's tough.
Yeah, because how that guy's got a little man's complex, which means he has a problem with being small. He wants to act like he's a big guy. I'm the exact opposite of that. I'm a big guy who looks like he's big with a little man complex because I just want to fight midgets. Okay, dude, these guys that have me rolling with, if they came into me alley, I'd run. I'm not fighting cyborg guy who's built with.
Well, no, most people. I mean, that's the move is to run. Most of the like 99% of the time is to run.
That's the best of Krav Maga. That's the best part about Krav Maga. Their first thing is like, figure out how to get the fuck out of there.
Okay, I like that.
Figure out how to get out.
Maybe that's what I need to get into is Krav Maga.
Johnny, listen to me. Everyone's like, are you quitting Krav? Never. Krav Maga is my favorite thing. Because I was even watching Thai boxing. They had it before me. And one of the biggest problems.
Those guys are so tough, Thai boxers.
Dude, Thai boxers are tough. Thai boxers tough. Because a lot of that stuff is about, there's a lot of it is like blocking, but I can take more damage than you can.
So
you ever watch
it's brutal. It's brutal.
You watch these late night on some distant sports channel and it's just like at some Indian casino and it's just like and they're just like, you're like, bro, how is that like? Martial arts to me was like defending.
It's like blood sport. Yeah.
Right now it's just like I can take more damage than you. So that's why I love Krav Maga, because Krav Maga is like, get out.
Self-preservation, right?
Get out. What do you got to do to get out?
That's winning. It's surviving.
Yeah, and it's cheating too. Krav Maga is all about cheating. Like, how can I cheat?
Somebody's trying to take your life, man. There's no cheating.
Well, it's like so funny because I watch these YouTube videos and they're always like crapping on Krav Maga. They're like, like the famous ones, like someone walks up to you, do a gun
thing,
and you go do some, and they pull the trigger to kill you. They were going to kill you anyways. Like, Krav Maga is like, you got no options. This is your Hail Mary pass to try to get out of here. Yeah. And if you study a lot of these videos with guns, you see who get away with it. And it's the people who move quickly towards
What
it.
do they tell you? Grab the slide and like pull on it or something?
No. That's the crazy people. So if you come at me with a gun, right? Different hands, you do different shit, right?
Okay.
Right? So like if I go, let's say I go, a lot of it's like up, rainbow, down like this, bang, bang, I catch you right here. I throw a kick to your groin, turn, bang.
So you're like trying to twist the wrist?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And then you bang, bang, which like breaks their finger. and then you get out with it, you hit them with it. It's all that stuff. But you're just buying time. Your whole thing is just to shock this guy and try to get the gun away from them.
It takes a lot of balls. That reminds me of David Copperfield. Somebody was mugging him one time, and he did a magic trick on them to make them think he didn't have any money in his wallet. He did some kind of like flipped his wallet around inside out. I don't have any money. And fooled the guy and didn't get robbed. But he had like thousands of dollars in his wallet.
Oh my God,
Isn't that
that's
cool?
Jedi trick.
I know,
shit.
man. Isn't that great?
That is crazy.
I heard that in the news like a couple years ago. I was like, this is the best story.
Yeah, he should have brought him to his weird island where he gets weird with people.
Is
do you have
Copperfield do that?
any faith in any magician not being into the weirdest stuff possible?
no.
That's coming from a weirdo.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, because they're all really into the history of magic, which is dark.
Yeah,
it's just dark.
yeah, it comes from darkness. Yeah. It's all mental manipulation.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, Sam has his daughters to think of, and if you have a family, you know how much your loved ones depend on you. In a worst case scenario, you would not want them to have to worry about money. A good life insurance plan can give you peace of mind that if something happens to you, your family would have a safety net to cover mortgage payments, college costs, and other expenses so they can get back on their feet and focus on what's most important. Now is a great time to take the lead to future-proof your family's finances by getting life insurance, and Policy Genius gives you a smarter way to find and buy it. I know Sam recently gave himself that peace of mind by buying a life insurance policy, and he sleeps much better at night knowing that his daughters will be taken care of in the event something happens to him, God forbid. Policy Genius was built to modernize the life insurance industry. Their technology makes it easy to compare life insurance quotes from America's top insurers in just a few clicks to find your lowest price. With Policy Genius, you can find life insurance policies that start at just $39 per month for $2 million of coverage. Some options offer coverage in as little as a week and avoid unnecessary medical exams. Policy Genius has licensed agents who can help find the best fit for your needs. They work for you, not the insurance companies. That means they don't have an incentive to recommend one insurer over another, so you can trust their guidance. There are no added fees, and your personal details are kept private. No wonder they have thousands of 5-star reviews on Google and Trustpilot. Your loved ones deserve a financial safety net. You deserve a smarter way to find and buy it. Head to policygenius.com or click the link in the description of this episode to get your free life insurance quotes and see how much you could save. Again, that's policygenius.com.
So yeah, dude, I have to go up against the big guys. Always.
I can't wait. This is going to be great for Broken Simulation, though. You going to jiu-jitsu?
I gotta be honest with you, I loved it.
We're going to get so many stories.
And then the whole thing, they're like, you want to roll? I'm like, I don't have any moves. They're like, okay, you just try to get past his guard. So it's me versus, the guy I'm taking on? He looks like the god from the 300s. I'm a kind god. Yeah. That's what the guy looked like.
That's so funny.
The Persian god from the 300. That's who I'm rolling with.
Yeah.
I'm a kind god. And dude, built like a cyborg.
That's such a crazy movie.
Hard metal.
How'd it go?
The first move he makes, I go, why are you tapping? I didn't do anything. I go, I knew it was inevitable. It was inevitable.
He wasn't even doing it. He was just getting in position.
Oh, it's coming, bro.
He was just getting into position.
He just dude.
He was like scratching his ass, and you're like, I'm tap,
do you
tap,
know,
tap.
like in Star Wars, where the walls start to just crush?
Yeah.
That's what I felt
when they're
like.
in the trash compactor.
Yeah, I felt like I was getting trash compacted by this kind god.
Is that what this photo is right here? Is you getting trash compacted by the kind god?
Yeah, that's just me going, oh, body sore. But I loved it, dude.
That's cool, man.
I gotta be honest with you, man. With no pressure.
Anybody know you there?
I think I ran. I think he's been to possibly. I don't know. Been to a couple shows. I don't know, but
cool.
Yeah, man, it's cool. So I'm excited.
I'm glad you're doing that, dude. That's
I am too, dude, and I'm very excited about the life choices I have made.
Occupying your time with good stuff like that is
Yes.
one of the best ways to make sure you don't get into trouble, I would imagine.
For me, 100%.
Yeah.
It's like boredom. I get bored. I fell off with the porn thing a little bit.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, but I'm back.
You're back.
I guess I can visit Porn Island once in a while.
Well, okay, so I'm curious. When you do, after you've abstained from pornography for an extended period, when you dive back in, is it like you hear about a lot of people that overdose on opiates? It's heavy users they stop for a long time, and then they try to go back at the same level that they were going at,
too
and they
much.
overdose.
Well,
What do you do with pornography? Do you dive right into like the page 7, like where you left off, or are you starting back with like teenage, banging the nanny, that kind of stuff?
Oh, that's a great question. No, I go straight to gangbang. And I'm over it, though. It just like seems soulless to me, so I'm over it. Not that I judge.
Pornography seems soulless. That's why I like the amateur stuff. You got to go with that.
Yeah, because they're doing it for the love of the game.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all about filth by choice, brother.
Although even the amateur stuff's ruined now by
have you-
OnlyFans. Everybody's professional.
I think you want to get into some like deep state, like depopulation stuff, like the women that they are taking out of the procreation pool,
Who is taking out OnlyFans?
the culture,
Oh,
like these high value men. We talk about this. High value men, right, aren't going to want to date and procreate with OnlyFans models. Doesn't mean that.
why not? Why not?
Well, because there's a certain value in that. This is going to be the mother of your children.
Oh, I got you.
And what that
Okay.
represents.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, we talk about this all the time, and maybe I talk about it too much on my podcast. People are tired of hearing it. But at the core of the relationship between men and women, the reason women will never be celebrated for sleeping around like men is because the only way you know that's your kid when that comes out is if you lock that thing down. And if that girl sleeps with everybody in the neighborhood, you don't know if that's your kid.
Good point. Yeah.
So
That used to be a feature. I mean, the idea was that nobody knew, so everybody took care of the kid. But now, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but where is that in the animal kingdom? Is it like one group of...
I don't know if you
like
see that.
they source...
That's just that sex at dawn, all that.
Yeah, which is where that came from.
Yeah.
But the truth of the matter is, like, where in the animal kingdom, there's like... I think there's one group that has community babies.
Really?
But everywhere
know.
else, the males fight over the females, and not only do they fight over, they tend to kill the offspring of other males.
Yeah, and you see like alpha males a lot that do all the breeding.
So I'm not. Who am I? Who am I? But it just seems like weird to me, man.
So you think it's a depopulation
Agenda. Yes,
thing.
I think there's a lot, which is me getting into this Chelsea Handler video. Have you seen this,
Oh
Chelsea?
no, you sent it to me and I didn't get a chance.
You
to
gotta
look at
watch
Hold
it.
on. Okay, hold on just a second.
So I don't know if this is a Rockfin special.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Here's an interesting. This is from This is from Twitter, and Twitter is getting weird again. And I wonder if that's him realizing that the EU and all them are going to ruin his profits if he doesn't play some ball.
Oh, you mean they're cracking down again?
Oh yeah, I mean, because now my social media
Yeah.
person's like, I got locked down my account as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Damn.
she went off on Scientology.
Okay.
So I think I think I know what tweet it was. I was going off on Scott Wiener, the Democratic
Yeah.
senator from
saw that,
San
yeah.
Francisco,
Yeah.
because he's shady.
Yeah.
Him and Roth from the ex-Twitter guy.
Yoel
Roth.
Yeah, the guy who just got absolutely destroyed.
My favorite thing about all those people are when they do this stuff that they know is upsetting people, and then people have a reaction to it. They like to cry about anti-Semitism. They like to cry about homophobia, and it doesn't even matter if you don't even bring up what was done. So like Yoel Roth wanted to let kids on Grindr.
Just crazy.
Right? It's like, what reality is that okay?
Yeah, and I read the defense of it. He was saying something like, okay, they're sneaking on anyway and lying about their age, so we should make it like an official thing so that we can monitor them or something.
That's the dumbest thing
But
I've ever heard in my
stupid.
life.
No, just try harder to keep them off of it.
Yeah,
That's
how
the
about
answer.
this, Grindr? You have to show some kind of proof.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know if I want to send Grindr my ID, a picture of my ID, but I think you're totally right.
Yeah,
There's
there's
got to be a better way
or
than just letting them
there's
in.
There's some kind of, I don't know, man. Whenever you make something official, then everybody starts to freak out. But somewhere where like,
Here's the answer. I got it. You ready? Okay. The IRS does this. A lot of government websites do it. A lot of places that manage, like say you work in medicine and you want to get a discount at Nike, you have to prove you're in medicine. So you go to this place called like Verify Me or ID Verify or whatever. And it's a third party that you trust.
Right.
They get your
Right.
driver's license. And then you can use that in all these separate apps.
I think that would be a great idea. But then people cry about, a one world, new world order, digital ID stuff.
Yeah, well, if you wanna
get on
cruise,
Grindr,
if you want to cruise for blowjobs on Grindr,
if you
got to give me your ID.
Hey, it's either cruise for blowjobs or fight the new world order. Pick one, go with it. So this is.
But yeah, that was great, dude. Watching Congressman Jordan and he destroyed those people.
Annihilate them.
Just destroyed
them. But Johnny, will you look up just the panel, and that will let you know everything you need to know.
I'll just show you the clip. It's got the whole panel in it.
About how ridiculous what we're up against is, which is a small minority of people.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Roth, did the government tell you that the Biden laptop story was fake?
I know it's in this video because I just watched this video.
Yeah, there it is.
Right there.
There it is. Look at this. Look at it. Look. What is that? What is that?
That's America.
That's not America at all.
And this guy, by the way,
this is San Francisco.
Yeah, for sure.
This is San Francisco. This is New York.
She might be the worst.
This is LA. Dude, the fact that you came from another country and then violated our Constitution blows my mind. Blows my mind.
I love that they were kind of throw shade at Elon too. They were like, "Well, Twitter, their current management didn't allow us to access our files." I'm like, yeah,
because you violated the First Amendment.
These people are all.
Look at that. That girl, like you go through America. You drive from outside New York City all the way to California. How long do you got to drive before you meet somebody like that?
I mean, there are a lot of, it's just a.
Mr. Baker, Mr. Gaddy, Ms. Gaddy, anyone know how many people on Twitter had a security clearance in the 30 days prior to the election?
He just destroys them.
I don't know the answer.
So wonderful.
The FBI. And
I just want to play this part right here because he makes a great point about
Did
this.
violate the policy.
By the way, YouTube hates this stuff. We have to.
It wasn't my personal judgment at the time that it did, but the decision was communicated to me by my direct supervisor, and ultimately I didn't disagree with it enough to object to.
You know what I think happened, Mr. Roth? I think you guys got played. I think you guys wanted to take it deep down. We saw what the chairman put up where you said, everyone in the White House is a fascist. I think you guys wanted it to be taken down. I think you meet with these guys every week. We know that's been established in the Twitter files. You had weekly meetings with Mr. Chan in the run-up to the election. They send you all kinds of emails. They send you documents on the super secret James Bond teleporter. You get information on that. I think you guys wanted to take it down. I think you guys got played by the FBI. And that's the scary part. Because we had 50, this to me is the real takeaway. 51 former intelligence officials 5 days after you guys take down the Hunter Biden story and block the New York Post account. 5 days later, 51 former intel officials send a letter and they say, the Hunter Biden story has all the classic earmarks of a Russian information operation. The information operation was run on you guys.
Yeah,
and then by extension, run on the American people.
Yeah.
That's such a good point.
100%.
He got that.
100%.
That's absolutely what happened. And he said I think he meant disinformation. But yeah, they were trying to say that it was Russian disinfo when it was actually the FBI was the one running the disinfo operation.
They got played, but they got played because they knew those people wanted to feel power.
Useful idiots, yeah.
They were Johnny, there's no greater term to describe those people sitting there than useful idiots.
Yeah.
And what they did and how they exerted power. And it's amazing to me, Johnny, how so many people are okay with something when it happens to somebody they don't like.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah. For sure.
Right? So like when let's say let's say Florida says that you ban children at drag shows. I personally do not like the government telling parents what they can and cannot do.
Yeah.
All right? It's the same thing when the government tells me I have to have X number of shots for my children. Do we got beep that word?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. It's the same thing. I would like morally for parents to realize that this is an adult event and not to take your kids there. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Totally.
So when Florida says, or I think it was Idaho or one of these states, South Carolina, somebody was going to classify drag shows as adult events, I'm cool with that, right? But I don't want the government telling parents what they can and cannot do.
Yeah, well, it's like when Obama was using all these executive orders to get legislation in that he couldn't actually get passed. Democrats are okay with it.
Now
but when Trump is in power,
yeah, you're 100%. And that, but they're gonna be like, Sam, are you okay with mothers having their kids have a sexual reassignment surgery? I am not. That's even more different, right? Because that is a procedure. It's the same way we've made it illegal for parents to tattoo their kids at a certain age, right? To do something to the, right?
That's so funny, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can't tattoo your kid, but you can.
You chop the ding-dongs off, right? That's what I'm talking about. You as a parent do not have the right to disfigure your child.
I think a lot of this is mental illness on behalf of the parents.
The parent, 100%. Yeah. And you know why? Because crazy chicks are better in bed. That's why. It's just true. They're crazy.
And they want to feel like their kid's special, because there's a lot of heat, like a lot of positive vibes
Johnny,
around having a different kid.
We talk about here all the time. And it's a very simple term, clout chasing.
Yeah, that's it. You're damn
right.
It's
all clout chasing. We have a real problem in this country right now with clout chasers.
Clout, yeah.
Everything's clout chasing. So
what's this? Okay, so we got
I want to get into this video. So I'm on the record. I'm not a fan of Chelsea Handler. Okay? Chelsea Handler was the first time that I knew somebody. I wouldn't say we were friends, but we were very good acquaintances. We were very cool. She blew up. She acted like she didn't know me. That was the first person in my life that I'd ever experienced that.
Was she cool when you knew her?
Yeah.
In the early days? Yeah, okay.
She was nice. And now Chelsea has had this kind of career that many dream of. But the issue is, so now Chelsea is, I don't know how old she is. Can you see how old she is? Sure. I think she's 50.
Yeah, 50, something like that.
50-something. Let's get the exact age.
I never liked her. She's 47.
She's 47, okay.
I never watched her show. I never enjoyed it.
She's 47, which at this point pretty much is beyond having children for a woman. I mean, there are ways to do it, and she has the money to do it. But she seems to have come to accept that she doesn't want to have children.
I bet she's got some eggs on ice somewhere, though. I bet you.
So the thing is this, man, is like I didn't have children until I was 47.
That's a man's privilege, yeah.
So I have had I've both lived the non-children life and the children life. Even though there is some chaos going on in the world of my life, I am thankful for it. I often say in recovery meetings, I have good problems. Not all of them are the best problems. Some of them are pretty fucked up problems. But in the big scope of things, they're good problems. Okay? So I love my children. So Chelsea puts out this video. And have you seen it yet?
No, I haven't watched it.
Okay, so I'd like you to watch this, and then we can have a discussion about it. Okay. So this is Chelsea Handler. She put out a video.
It says just another day.
Just another day, which is just before Valentine's Day.
This is a day in the life of a childless woman. I wake up at 6 a.m. I remember that I have no kids to take to school, so I take an edible, masturbate, and go back to sleep. I wake up at 12:30 p.m. and get ready for a busy day of doing whatever the I feel like. I put on my most impractical and stylish shoes since I won't be chasing a child around the grocery store. I go to my fave spot in Paris to grab a croissant. I do a meditation sesh on the plane since I have no screaming kids, allowing me all the time in the world to become enlightened. The weightlessness of my existence has granted me superhuman powers. I teleport myself back home, then I get ready for a night out with whatever hot guy I met on Raya that morning. I call up a babysitter and tell her that I don't need her since I still don't have kids. Now it's time for a workout, so I hit Mount Everest for a quick climb. I invent a time machine, go back in time, and kill Hitler. Freeze, you bastard! It's amazing what you can do when you have this much free time. And that's a day in the life of a childless woman.
Wait, was that on The Daily Show?
That might have been The Daily Show because she hosted it. You know, they don't want to get a host, so they're just trying to find a host.
Yeah.
So,
this is a day in the
stop it. Thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit, but I don't. This is, you see this thing where, and this might be what this tweet is about. Let me read it.
Now the tweets are hilarious because it's a war between some of the most obnoxious people.
Well, can I just say that you see with people of that age, especially who are in comedy or people who are smart of that age who haven't had kids, they are very touchy about it. You know, they're very defensive about having not had, and they feel like they kind of go out of their way to justify why they didn't have kids. You see that a lot.
I see it as they are really trying to convince everybody they're happy. You see this happen.
It's almost like
Mark
regret.
Maron has a whole bit about how excited he is, how happy he is not to have kids. And I love Mark Maron, but you're not happy. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine if you don't have kids. And again, I didn't have kids till I was
Those
47.
cats are his kids.
Right,
from
right,
everything I've heard.
right. I mean, like, don't tell me, listen, you don't have to have kids. I'm totally fine with that. You don't have to. You are missing out on something absolutely amazing. It is so amazing.
You're genetically predisposed to want to do that, and it's some new experience. Yeah, for you.
Don't tell me I'm crazy for having kids while you celebrate your dog's birthday, okay? Just don't do that. Don't do that.
That's funny.
So if you go to some of the things, it is like a war. It's a war between two people.
So Dave Smith comments, my guess would be that the overwhelming majority of us objecting to this piece agree that Chelsea Handler should not have kids. It's just disgusting to promote getting high and masturbating as a preferable lifestyle. Video is also cringy and unfunny. Dave Smith.
And then you go down. Okay, keep going down. So now you have the women who didn't have kids. Now keep going down. Okay. You'll find women who don't have kids defending her, and they all look miserable. Now I don't care. Chelsea is her own person. Chelsea used a cheat code to get where she wanted to.
Which, if you want to say what that is again, go
okay.
ahead.
So when Chelsea was trying to get agents and managers, and I actually found this at the time to be a baller move. But later on, when you realize the type of person that you just hear these things about Chelsea on set. So she would send around a video of her having sex. Now, what you got to understand, wasn't this thing with the phone? Because cell phones weren't really as prevalent back then.
What do you mean by sending? Like she's sending in an audition tape? Whoops,
yes.
It's a sex tape. I mean,
so I've seen the tape.
Really?
Yeah, my friend got it, showed it to me, and I watched it.
White guy, black guy.
It's a white. He looks like Van Damme.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, and he's like,
good for her.
It's like some weird. It sounds like he's speaking foreign voices, but so it's her in the middle of her living room. She has these huge.
Is it your friend who's
your
friend who's a purveyor of those kinds of tapes that showed it to you?
I don't know who you're talking about.
Okay.
Go up.
I got a tweet here though that we want to bookmark.
Yeah,
like that's one of the examples.
Yeah, go up. I'm gonna tell you this. This is so funny because this video. Go all the way up to the video.
Oh, okay.
To the video. Oh no, all the way up. It literally looked like that.
What do you mean?
The video I watched was her at the beginning in her living room with high jersey hair.
Yeah.
It's the highest she had high jersey hair. And she's doing jokes about waiting tables.
Okay, to the camera?
To the camera. She's doing it in the middle. And then all of a sudden, Johnny, there is a hard cut. You see the camera fidgeting around, and then it comes to her on all fours, holding camera, giggling. This is so funny. And it's shot kind of back, her the face. You can see the guy looks like Van Damme, George St. Pierre with his shirt off. No tats, no nothing, as far as I can remember. And he is just going to pound town.
Do you see her in it?
Oh, dude, she's looking right in the middle of the camera.
Oh, that's so crazy.
Then he pulls out and dumps on her back.
Nice.
I'm with you on that.
Good for him. Good for her.
But that is the cheat code
then,
that is
now,
Chelsea
does it end?
Handler.
Does it go back to her, like her audition tape or something?
Then it cuts back. She laughs in the camera, cuts back, and she's doing another set in her living room. And I think it's a different set because I can't remember perfectly.
Who does that in an audition? You don't do that, right? To, like just a set to the camera? Like you're either running
Johnny.
lines or you're...
Johnny,
That's so
she
strange.
sent that to agents and to festivals.
Did that work for her?
Dude, she used to go to comedy festivals all the time and just bomb.
Because of that, you think?
Because she was using cheat codes. Then she gets
almost want to give her like a gold star for that, like credit.
100%,
Like that's
Johnny.
that's original
Listen,
thinking.
Early on, I would tell you, yeah, man.
Props.
Props to you, right? Then she openly admits to this tape, by the way. She openly admits to it. She openly admits to sleeping with her boss.
I'd love to see it if we could.
I think the person who was shopping around, she bought it from them.
Oh, that's a drag.
Then she goes to E and she basically hooks up with her boss, and that's how the Chelsea Handler show came.
Well, that's how things used to happen too in the old days until they got that opportunity was taken away from women. Now they no longer have it. Yeah.
Again, fine. I don't care.
No, who does?
I really don't. But it's just, if I listen, I'm not a snitch here. Everything I've talked about is public knowledge. Okay, there's a lot of stuff that I know about Chelsea I wouldn't tell because I'm not a snitch.
Yeah.
But the person she's become is annoying.
Yeah, big time.
Like the social justice warrior person is annoying.
Well, I'll tell you what Rose says. She says, I've never met any parent who enjoys their lives with kids. They all look miserable and then complain about it like it's everyone else's problem.
Okay, so Rose looks miserable herself.
Yeah, she doesn't look happy, does she?
Yeah, you don't look at Rose's hair, purple. Right there, bat signal of crazy. Bat signal, cosplay.
Look at this. I post things I can't say on Facebook. Plus-sized alt girl.
Okay,
Love dogs, Star Trek, cosplay, comics, and anime. She's 30. She's sterile and feral.
What does that even mean?
Well, sterile means like not having kids, can't have kids. I don't know whether by choice or birth or something.
Sounds like.
And then feral means like you're a wild person, like not tamed in any way. Like a.
Yeah, I mean, enjoy it. I mean, like everyone makes their own decisions. It's just like, yeah, not everybody is happy sometimes having kids, but most people, when you get to the end of your life, most people, I would say high percentage, 80, 90% are so thankful they had kids.
Oh, I do. You so rarely hear of anybody's like, oh, these fucking kids, I regret it.
Yeah.
I just can't. I wish I could get rid of them.
I don't understand either. I mean, just keep going down. It's just like crazy. My grandma probably shouldn't have kids. She really didn't enjoy spending time with my mother and aunts. It's just like I'm sure it's crazy. Yeah, some people don't deserve kids. Some people. It's just crazy watching people like try to convince themselves that they made the right choice in life.
That's what it is. Yeah.
That's what they're doing right there.
It's totally that. Yeah.
Right?
Because this is the biggest decision you'll make in your life.
I love having kids. My kids are great. I love them very much.
I had heard that. Yeah.
Did I tell you about the dinosaur park?
No. You mentioned it before the show.
So, Johnny, this is a Maz Jobrani joke, so I'll give Maz Jobrani the credit. Your whole time as a parent is just keeping these kids busy. That's what you want to do. Activities. So they get out of their system.
So you don't have to put them on the phone or the iPad or whatever,
iPad.
right?
And like, yeah. I mean, like kids are on the iPads a lot. But when they do something, when you give them something to do, they love doing it. Right?
Because everything's for the first time.
So we get Dana is like, let's take him to this dinosaur place. I'm like, okay, what is this? Is it just going to be like some weird kind of like museum with, you know, where they got like cool videos and stuff like that? Nope. It was a field where a guy who'd worked on Jurassic Park had put together some giant dinosaurs in the middle of some hayfield and charged everybody basically $100 to get in.
What?
Yeah.
What were the dinosaurs?
$15.
Did they look good, at least?
You know, dude, it wasn't that I think he was just making names up of these dinosaurs, too.
Oh, that's so
like
funny.
Depopulation. And occasionally one would just go, ah!
Where was it?
Ah! Oh, you can look it up.
I'm going to.
Dinosaur Park, Woodland Hills.
This sounds... Dinosaurs in the Valley? Is that
Yeah, I think that is it. So the whole thing is like, usually when you go to these places, you pay for the kids and it's not the adults, right?
Is it at a college?
Maybe. Oh, it's near a college.
Pierce
maybe.
College? Is that?
Oh, yeah. That's it. It looks cool. It looks cool in pictures.
Yeah, kinda. I mean, I would get bored really fast, I think.
Yeah. So we get there and the guy's like, okay, it's $30 for adults and then $15 for children. I'm like, what? Unless they're under 2. He starts doing this to me. Unless they're under 2.
Winking. That's funny.
I'm like, they're under 2. Okay. So it's $15 for the parking.
This says $25. Kids under 2 are free.
Yeah.
Military and veterans.
Yeah.
So what did you say? Both of them were under 2? Is that what you
Yeah,
said?
of course.
That's great.
Because they also charge you to park in a dirt lot.
What's this kid doing?
$15.
Here? He's doing the cornholio, you know, like, I need dinosaur for my bunghole.
Yeah. I mean, like, if these things were real,
Their website is crazy.
Look at it. It's crazy.
It looks like a night. Oh, there's The Rock. Okay,
yeah, The
let's
Rock
see what
went
The
there.
Rock's
He's
gotta
like,
say about
I
it.
bet you this guy knew that.
All right, DJ here.
DJ,
just finished up Dinosaurs in the Valley here at Pierce College. And man, what an amazing time.
He seems like a good guy.
Really incredible setup. The staff, phenomenal. I want to thank my good buddy Matt for taking such great care of our family. But also, you guys got to come out and you got to check this out. As a dinosaur lover myself, because I am a dinosaur, this place is really amazing. The family's going to love it. Kids are going to love it.
He is always on, by the way.
Always.
This is
highly recommend
so
coming out.
polished. This is so polished.
That's why who he is, man. That's why
by
he's
the
The
way,
Rock.
if you're The Rock and you're doing 40 movies at one time and you show up to this because your buddy begged you, are you like, man, you gotta see this place. It's pretty amazing, man.
Maybe he's just a good dude. Maybe he's just that good of a dude, man.
Yeah, we know people who know
don't
him
know?
say he's a nice guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to hear.
But if you're slammed in life, is this where you want to go?
No, of course
To
not.
a hayfield with a couple styrofoam dinosaurs?
No. This is what happens when the people who run the haunted hayride can't figure out what to do in the off season. They're like, dude, let's just put some dinosaurs in
So
the field.
the funniest things is you go around, right? And like they have these rides. You got to buy tickets to get on the ride. So yeah, so you got to
Wait, so you pay to get in. It's like Disneyland, basically, but
Yeah.
they charge for the rides.
Yeah, these tiny little rides. They're not big rides. They're just like go-karts.
That's so strange. Look at the dude. They got a lot of dates. They're sold out too.
Yeah. What dates are those? They just keep extending
I
this
don't
thing.
even. The
yeah.
website is so confusing. You can't tell what dates they are.
Johnny, can you believe it's almost March? Like time flies, right?
I know. I read about one of the things I really like looking into is ways to make it feel like time is slower, like it was when you were a kid. And they say one of the only ways you can do that is to kind of slow your experience of the passage of time is to do new things. Because the reason everything feels like days are long as a kid,
100% routine.
Yeah, but when you're a kid, things feel like they take forever because everything is new. So your brain is learning how to like process them all
Also,
for the first time.
Johnny,
As an adult, you don't have
also
that.
the amount when you're a kid, the amount of time a day is of percentage of your life,
Yeah,
is much bigger.
Yeah, that's right.
Like Dana's mom is 94.
Yeah.
Like a day to her is like a drop in the bucket.
Yeah. But they say that the reason you experience it the way you do is at least partly, and the only thing you really have a control over is because of the novelty factor. So you should try to like break out of your routines and if you want to slow it down.
So Johnny, going back to this dinosaur thing, I feel bad for businesses, okay, that try to hire young people to work there.
Oh, yeah.
Because these kids could care less about the job. They just want to sit on TikTok all day.
Yeah.
I don't even know why we bought tickets. Half these guys weren't even watching the rides.
Who gets to keep their phone at work anyway? That's crazy.
I can't believe that there isn't like, hey, no phones.
Yeah, what job lets you just walk around your dick around your phone all day?
Yeah, so they got these like bouncy houses and everything. Like my kid's a wrecking shop. This Asian kid's on the phone, doesn't even care. Then he's like, hey, did I get a ticket from you? I'm like, yeah. He goes, oh, okay. And then he just goes back. Right? He just goes back. So I forgot to tell you this. We go in to entrance. They ask me, have you ever served military? Because there's a discount. I'm like, I worked at Old Navy. He did not laugh at that at all. At all. He did not think that was funny. I go, nothing?
I was in the Navy, the Old Navy.
Yeah, I was in the Navy, Old Navy. So then, of course, my daughter sees the toys.
NPCs, though, right? Those people who just don't. There's some people who just don't have a sense of humor.
Yeah. Or they're not expecting it.
Yeah, it could be that. But a lot of people, like you see that, especially young people now, it worries me, that just don't have a sense of humor at all about themselves or anything else.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I deal with it in LA all the time. You just sit there and these crowds just have, literally, they take everything literal.
What do they find funny, though, those people?
Well, we're talking about this, like, you know, it's like Kurt Metzger brought this up on Jimmy Dore about how, like, they've outlawed everything, that the only acceptable stuff to them that you can make fun of is Satan. Right? Satan's the only edgy thing that these woke people can do.
That's why they're all Satanists? Is that what you mean?
That's why they're always doing everything with, well, I personally think it goes deeper. I don't
Pedo
think.
stuff and all that.
Well, pedophile stuff is because they know they can't get canceled by kids.
Yeah.
Watch who people make fun of and watch who they don't make fun of. That will tell you who they're afraid of.
You said also that that's like the ultimate punching down, and you're so right. It really is.
Right.
It shows you that they don't play by their own rules.
Right. They can't, because kids can't cancel them. Kids can't start a movement to get them kicked off their show. Kids can't do anything. Right?
Yeah.
So anyways, we go to this toy shop that they have built in this tent. And I'm telling you, dude, it is like the stupidest thing. It's a dinosaur that has a little disco ball on it. And he just goes, ah. Guess how much that costs?
It's a money printing operation.
Guess how much? Take a guess.
$10.
$25.
That's as much as it costs to get in the park.
$25.
That's how much it costs for a ticket.
Taiwanese crap.
Yeah, you know it's just some crap they ordered from Alibaba, like by 50 in a box, you know?
Dinosaur toys. Looked it up. Mass buy. Bang.
Yeah.
$25. And what are you supposed to tell the kid? Nope. We're not funding communism here today. Ghost, trust me. That country committed infanticide. If you were in China, you wouldn't even be here right now, okay? We're not going to support that stuff. So, yeah, cost me, dude, $130 to go see dinosaurs.
That's how they get you, man. They get you in the door and just
That's how they get you, bro. And you're just like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do?
It's the price you pay to have kids, man. You know, you said you were happy about it, but you don't sound happy about it.
No, I love it.
Chelsea Handler, you're giving her ammo.
No, I'm not giving her ammo. I love it. I love it. I love it so much. So anyways, Johnny, that video, that newscast brought me...
Newscast?
The newscast.
Well, did you go Southern?
That's Southern.
Sound like my cousin.
that girl holding the dinosaur really into it? Did you see how she was into it?
Yeah, in that newscast.
On the newscast. Okay.
Yeah, buddy. You sound like
true
Bill
story.
Hicks for a second
This is a true story. It's
just a ride.
I'm going to tell the story, Johnny, then we're going to move on because you're going to have me here all freaking day. Okay? All freaking day.
It's just a ride.
Okay, it's just a ride, man. So, I the other day go to Jiu-Jitsu. Dana's going to see her mother. It was on Valentine's Day. She's going to go see, Dana and I have been together. Valentine's Day is who can find a cooler Valentine's Day card for the other one.
Okay.
That's the goal.
Yeah, I spent fucking $300 at dinner.
Where'd you guys go?
This French place, Lumiere, it's called. It's
in LA.
It's in the bottom of this new hotel in Century City. It's a really nice hotel called like the Fairfield.
What kind of
or something
food?
like that. It's French food.
What's French food? French fries?
No, like like they have like I don't know.
What's your order?
Chateaubriand and stuff. No, they had a prefix menu. I had lamb chops.
Ooh.
And salmon tartare, like kind of like sushi, but with like salmon roe.
Damn, Johnny.
It was
You really love your girl.
Yeah, it was very expensive, and I wasn't happy about it.
Anyways, Johnny, so I got done with jiu-jitsu. I wanted to grab something to eat. I wanted to go get ramen noodles. I'm upset. I can't find a lot of ramen noodle places.
Yeah. Wait, I thought it was udon you were having.
I'm looking for udon, but I like Noodle Monster.
Okay, I don't know what that is.
That's where I go to, Noodle Monster. You remember the guy who said, "Oh, glad you're here," but wouldn't let me use the bathroom?
Use the shitter, yeah.
Which upset me.
You still are patronizing him, though.
Yeah, because they got the best noodles.
Oh, if they wouldn't let me use the bathroom, I'd have to really think hard about
I would love to find another place, but it's just like...
Is it the same guy in there all the time?
Yeah, well, not every time, but the times I've gone, I don't know if he's there 24/7.
Is he Mr. Monster, or is he just
Hi, Mr. Monster.
Does he just work there?
So...
Is that like a chain? Noodle Monster?
I think they're trying to be a chain.
Okay.
They shut down the one over here on Gower. And I don't know if you've ever been to the Gower in Sunset, but they're getting rid of everything over there because the homeless situation's so bad.
Oh, that part of the
I don't know what's going on in the rest of the country, but like Rite Aid, CVS closing down everywhere.
Yeah.
They're shutting them down because people are stealing so much, it's not even worth it.
Yeah, and you get like drug addicts going in there in the bathroom shooting up heroin and stuff.
I mean, you can't, dude. So, okay, I got a couple stories. So anyways, following that, I was walking Roger the other day. Just walking Roger.
Roger. He's Portuguese.
He's a gay pug. I like to walk him down Hollywood to see if anything's crazy going on.
You never grew out of that, huh?
And
the gay thing? Still gay.
Still gay.
Still gay.
So it's gay is not a phase, Johnny, okay? So I'm walking him around, and you know what I was thinking, Johnny, about like how crazy Hollywood Boulevard was during COVID? It's not like that anymore. All the crazies are gone. It's really weird. There's not a lot of the homeless craziness that used to be when we started the show, and I would just be telling you all of this, the human safari that is Hollywood Boulevard. It's not like that. But anyways, so I'm walking my dog, right? I'm walking my dog, and I'm walking, and I see these two homeless guys kind of in this like doorway, and they're talking, and they're like blah, 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 and the cop drives by. You see them kind of freak out, get out, and drug power walk together. Black guy, white guy, two crackheads, right? Walking, and then they turn the street. And so I was walking because behind me was a big pit bull, and I'm with Roger, and Roger loves to talk mad smack to everybody.
He's not afraid.
He's not afraid. He's going to get his ass kicked. Right? But this big pit bull's just walking. I'm like, he's going to eat you. He's going to eat you, Roger. Roger's defense would try to suck his dick. So, Johnny, you know when they always say if you want to stop a pit bull fight, what do? Shove a thumb up his ass? Have you ever heard that?
Never heard that.
Yeah,
no.
you shove a finger up their butt and they let go. When they lockjaw,
is that why they do that in wrestling? It's like
this weird like cheat code.
I've heard that in wrestling. That's what guys do to each other, stick their fingers up each other's asses.
Like Greco-Roman?
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's a real thing.
But how many things did they stick fingers in before they're like, well, let's try the butt here?
I think they started with the butt, honestly. Yeah, I think that was the first.
They went right to butt stuff?
Yeah.
So, anyways, I follow around, dude.
Look at this. Hold on. This is a Reddit post. What is this technique called? Look at this. Hold on. Look at that, dude. Guy's got his full hand in this dude's ass. Watch this. Oh. Look at that, bro.
Dude, that is like a six-pack. Would do that to me in the hallways of comedy stores. You just come up and fucking Greco-Roman wrestle my butthole.
Dude, there's this great story in Anthony Bourdain's first book, Kitchen Confidential, where he would go into work and this guy every day would stick his fingers in Anthony Bourdain's ass every day. This like sous chef, I think was, and he was just starting out. He's just a cook. And so one day he's like, dude, I've had enough of this guy sticking his finger up his ass. So the guy comes in, does the same thing, sticks his finger up his ass. Tony's ready, has a giant ass fork and just stabs it into the guy's hand and like tears the skin off the top of his hand. The guy has to go get like dozens of stitches. Never happened again though. But that's how the only way he said that kind of shit used to happen all the time in kitchens. Like
back
kitchens
in
were
the
just
day,
crazy.
bro.
Yeah.
So thank you, Me Too.
Yeah, thank you, Me
Thank
Too.
you, Me Too. So I'm walking. These crackheads are ahead of me.
I'm walking here.
The cops do a U-turn. I'm like, oh, something's going down.
Okay.
They see the cops. They turn around.
You got a lot of variables. You got to keep an eye on the cops, the crackheads, the pit bull.
Dude, I am crunching data.
You like that beautiful mind thing.
I am crunching data.
Formulas.
Write down the time. Write down time real quick. I'm crunching data. So they turn the corner. I want to get away from this pit bull, so I turn the corner, and they disappear. I'm like, where are they? Where are they? I keep walking. There's a porta potty. I'm like, what is going on? The door opens. They were fucking around with each other in the porta potty.
Sexually?
Yeah. Guy's pants around his ankles.
I'm thinking smells.
Dude, if you always hear stories about people hooking up in porta potties. Like, I don't understand. Yeah, like concerts and stuff like that.
I couldn't. Not with the smell, dude.
Like, it's like, what are you doing? Like, are you trying to find privacy in the smelliest place possible?
Porta potties.
I hate it. I'd rather shit my pants.
I'm not even thinking about porta potty smells, by the way. I'm thinking about their smells, their body odor.
Oh, yeah. The homeless?
Yeah.
You ever see that one where the guy was smoking crack and blowing in the other crackhead's beehole?
No.
Oh, so bad. The things you do on drugs, you're like, what am I doing with my life? Do you think crackheads ever say that? What am I doing with my life? So anyways, so fast forward 2 days later, I get done with jiu-jitsu. I want to get noodles, but everything's closing in LA at 9. There's no restaurants open hardly ever after 9 now. So I was going to go, and I forget the name of the restaurant, but I really like their salad. So I go to pull up, and there is a black chick sitting there with her luggage that looked like the chick from the news thing. She had a wrap on. Because, Johnny, do you think it's cold in L.A.?
It has been the past couple of days.
So you're from North Carolina. You get snow, right? Occasionally?
Oh, yeah.
So, like, even though
it snowed in Vegas yesterday or 2 days ago.
Even though, Johnny, you're an East Coast guy, because I'm an East Coast guy, it still gets cold in L.A.
Yeah.
But it's a different cold.
Not frigid, but like 40 at night, about that.
But it's a different cold. It's a cold you feel in your bones. It's not like...
It's windy. Yeah, it's windy.
Yeah, it's just it's like, I don't care who you are. You can't go, it's obviously not a blizzard, okay? Which is like instant to cold.
Yeah.
It's just a different cold.
Yeah.
And you always see tourists, they'll be like, I'm going to LA, and it's like February, and they walk around with shorts on.
A lot of houses, too, don't have heat. Like, our house just doesn't have heat.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
ours has heat, but it's not good. It's not good. It's not doing anything.
A lot of LA places don't have heat.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. San Diego, you basically pay nothing for air conditionings because it's body temperature weather.
Ocean breeze. Yeah, it's perfect.
I would love to live in San Diego. Anyways, so she's sitting there, and she's eyeing me really hard. And I'm like, oh. So I'm like, I go to the Panera.
What kind of eye?
Okay, just.
Okay. Crazy eyes.
Just like locking in
Intense.
on me. So I go to Panera. It's locked. I'm like, okay. Fuck. So I see her. It's cold. She's by herself. It's Valentine's Day. I decide to go grab some cash. So I go grab some
homeless. Okay.
She's homeless, but she's still attractive homeless.
I see.
So I go grab some money from the bank. And
Did she ask for it?
No. Well, because I knew I'm going to get a haircut tomorrow, and the guy only takes cash. I need money to travel.
Okay.
I'm flying out tomorrow. When we recorded this, I grabbed some money, and I felt bad because she's sitting there. So I get the money out of the bank. I turn around. I pull down my window. I'm like, hey, this is for you. And I was going to give her a $20 bill. She comes up to me. She goes, thank you. Can I stay at your place tonight? I go, what? She goes, I want to stay at your place. I go, no, you can't stay at my place. She goes, why? I go, because you can't. I just can't have you stay at my place. Now I feel bad because
just lie. Say you don't have a place.
What am I homeless too?
I don't live here. Yeah, I'm renting this car. It's a white Mitsubishi, dude. Nobody would ask any questions.
I go, no, I can't go. She goes, why can't I stay with you? I go, because my girlfriend won't like that. She goes, why does she care? I go, because I just can't do that. We have a now. I'm struggling to answer these
Jason
questions.
Tebow, like
she's like, why don't you care about me? I go, we're not dating. What are you talking about? Yeah, you don't care about my feelings.
What?
It's cold. I go,
this is so crazy.
I go, what? I mean, I just met you. I just wanted to give you some money. Well, it's cold out here.
Take the 20 back.
She goes, it's cold out here. I go, I had a place to stay.
This is great.
This guy didn't like me, so he kicked me out, and I have nowhere to stay, and you have a place. You could let me stay with you, but you won't do it. Why don't you care about me? I go, I just met you.
This is so crazy.
I just met you.
It's like the ultimate rational homeless person.
The eyeballs. If I did let you into my life, I would kill all your pets. That kind of crazy?
Yeah.
I'm like, I gotta go. She's like, I can't believe you're gonna leave me out here. I can't believe you do that to me. I go, I just met you. What do you mean? Stop this.
That you're in an argument with the craziest stuff happens to you.
I'm breaking up with this homeless person. I'm sorry, it's just not working out between us.
You gotta write her a letter to get out of there.
Listen, we tried. It didn't work.
It's not you. It's me.
Yeah, it's not you. It is you, actually. It's you. It's my girlfriend. It's my place.
You gotta lie better, man. You gotta learn to lie better.
Well, I hate lying, Johnny.
Yeah, but that person has changed the terms of the social contract you've entered into with that person is such that you can lie to them. I promise you, it's moral.
The truth is,
you should ask her if you can stay with her. That's what you should be like. I don't have a place either.
Yeah, come sit right here on this table with me. I just feel bad.
Sleep in your car.
I just feel bad. It's like I just feel bad that you can't help somebody. But at the same time, I've let so many crazies into my life. Not that I was going to let this person, but...
Yeah, you have her producing a podcast or something. Yeah. That'd be great, yeah.
Yeah. And then
sitting here right next to me.
Yeah. Johnny, she's a person. Show her love. I don't care what she's trying to do.
We'll have her doing reads for us, ad reads. That'd be great. Staring right in the camera like this.
Yeah, so I had to break up with a homeless woman.
That's so funny.
That's so funny.
You gotta do a bit on that. That's so funny.
So that's my story. Johnny, how long have we been going?
We have 18 minutes left.
Okay.
2 hours. Yeah.
Okay. You can cut out a lot of this.
It's that last thing is hilarious. That's so funny.
Okay. That's all true stories. I only tell true stories on the
Sam
show.
is careful about only telling the truth.
Yeah.
We know that because he wouldn't lie to a homeless woman about having
if I won't lie to a homeless person, I won't lie to you. Johnny, what do you want to do? Calls or stories?
Let's do a couple of quick calls and then stories.
Okay.
I got a quick announcement though. I got a new favorite pizza place in LA.
Yeah.
Prince Street Pizza. It's this place that was in New York, famous place in New York called Prince Street. They do Sicilian thick.
Yeah.
It's thick.
Where?
Right there. Take a look. And they moved, the family that started it moved out to LA to start their second place in LA. It's up at the end of Sunset, like the very end of west end of Sunset.
So it's by the beach?
Like Doheny around there. I'm sorry, like before it cuts out of West Hollywood.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like down where Doheny and like Beverly Hills, West Hollywood,
West
Beverly
Hollywood,
Hills.
gay town.
Like, yeah,
it's
right.
a pizza gay.
Kind of the mix there between.
It's a gay pizza.
It's incredible, though. is so good, dude. The red sauce got a little hint of sweet with it.
Okay.
And
I'll
man,
try it.
It's one of those pizzas you get it and it feels like it weighs 20 pounds. You know, you get the box and it's just like
Okay. You know who really came up with something smart? That Daniel Portier that came up, Dave Portier, whatever his name is, from
Barstool.
Yeah.
Oh, the single bite review. Yeah.
Pizza
one bite
review.
Yeah,
best
great.
idea ever.
He's a smart guy for sure.
He is a smart guy.
He's banking now too. I think didn't
with
he sell
the ads.
Well, I think he sold,
with the
didn't he sell Barstool or whatever?
So he sold Barstool and he has a gambling site.
Good for him.
Good for him.
I don't have any problems with that guy. He's okay. We'll do the news now. Actually, well, we have a few.
Okay, go on,
voicemails.
Johnny.
We'll tear ass.
You got
these.
20 minutes.
We'll tear ass through these because we have a lot. We have voicemails and we have, as I've told you for all week, we have the most news stories, big news stories that we've had.
Why don't you save the phone calls for next week?
Okay, we'll save the phone
calls. And we'll do a whole thing on phone calls, unless you say we have to hear one. Okay, Johnny, just do them both. We'll go long because I think there's chunks of stuff that we might have to take out that might not have been too interesting.
You've got mail.
So do the calls and do the news. I will ride.
All right. Well, we'll tear ass through these calls. I pulled out a selection here, so we won't have to dick around too much.
I just wanted to call and give my condolences, Johnny. I'm sorry you lost your dog.
Oh, thank you.
Nothing worse than that.
That's such a nice person.
Another thing.
Thank you.
I drive my mail truck every day, deliver the mail in a rural area. There's lots of deer, lots of squirrels, lots of cats.
This is a good one.
Just animals. I hate roadkill. It's awful. Like, I break down. It's so sad.
No.
Anyway, last week,
That's my
drive
girlfriend.
out. There's a dead squirrel in the middle of the road. No joke. His buddy is on top of him, shaking him, both hands on him, trying to revive this guy. Like, bro, get out of the road.
Isn't that crazy?
I'm like, oh, God, I just broke down. I go, and I got to pass by again, and I'm like, I'm going to move him out of the road. I don't want his buddy to get hit. So when I come back down, there's a car behind me.
Oh, no.
And I couldn't just stop in the middle of the road, so I pulled over and waited. The squirrel is still on top of his buddy. This is like 30, 45 minutes later. He's like, bro, he's on top of him, pushing him, like, get out of the road. Come on, we got to go. So I pull over, I park my truck, I get out. The fucking squirrel runs off. He just got knocked out cold. His buddy knew. He was like, bro, we got to go.
He was
Get
alive.
out of the road.
Oh, my God. The story turns out great.
Animal, not roadkill. Anyway, Johnny, Sam doesn't have any clue how good smoked meat is. Daddy's got to get a smoker. Daddy's got to smoke some chicken on Sundays. What it's all about. Amen. Have a great day. Thank you.
It's funny. I only read the transcript of this. I had no idea this was a woman. I just seen the transcript because I assumed they were a man talking about smoked meats. That's interesting. That's a great.
Johnny,
how positive is that story?
Yeah, that's a positive story, and you're a sexist pig. Can you not? I want that, Johnny, to be put aside. That is up for Call of the Year.
That's a
because
great
that ended great.
I have a new way of filing these now that I can mark them.
Okay,
like when you
that
like
is
them.
up. I forget. Did you say her name?
Let me check it again. Hold on.
Hey, gentlemen. I just wanted to call and give my condolences,
No,
Johnny.
she didn't say.
No.
So, mail lady, whatever your name is, mail lady. By the way, there's not enough mail lady porn out there.
That's what you're aching for is male lady porn?
Yeah, a male ding dong. Somebody needs it.
That's not a very sexy outfit, I gotta say.
I
the
guess.
male
Women
outfit.
love it though. Women love
the
it.
male outfit.
Yeah, women love
those
that.
dumb shorts that they wear.
Oh yeah, they love that stuff, dude.
Oh, well, that's not an attractive outfit.
Okay, next one.
Yo, what's up, Sam and Johnny? I just wanted to call and say that I had actually went to your show in Batavia at the Comedy Vault, Sam, and I got to meet you after the show, and you were a pretty cool motherfucker. And my name's Miguel, and my girlfriend's Maricela. You told us we were a
that's a
pretty
cool name.
attractive couple, and that you wouldn't mind seeing us bone.
Yeah.
And I thought that was pretty cool.
Thank you.
I'd let you do that. But anyways, I just want to say I appreciate you guys, everything you do. It's an awesome podcast. And I actually live 10 minutes from, less than 10 minutes from the Comedy Vault. And I kind of wanted to offer you to come by to my place and do some DMT, but I wasn't sure if you would be down for that. And you know, I'm been clean and sober for about, sober from alcohol for like going on 6 years, and then weed for about 3 months. And I attribute that a lot to doing psychedelics, but definitely a lot to doing DMT, and wanted to see if you wanted to travel through the cosmic
very
circus
interesting
playground.
Can I ask you, Sam? Now, by the strictest rules of AA, that's not sober, is it?
Well, it's very interesting
what
because
do you think about that?
Very early on in the formation of AA, there was a revolt against Bill W., who wanted people to do psychedelics. At the end, that's the spirit. After having a spiritual experience, that's what he was talking about. And they said, no, we don't want you doing any kind of psychedelics. And they tried to vote him out. And he compromised and said, okay, no psychedelics. So I have a theory. My whole thing about psychedelics is I personally, at this moment, I'm not going to do psychedelics. I do not think psychedelics, this is for Sam. This is not for anybody else. I do not think psychedelics violates the drug policy because, one, you're not doing it recreationally. People tend to do people tend to do psychedelics for spiritual reasons, right?
Yeah.
2, you're not sucking dick for it. And that's a Bob Saget joke. I give credit to Bob Saget, even though I tweeted that, didn't know Bob Saget said something along those lines because he's talking about marijuana. But I give him full credit on that. I think that recreational and abuse drugs is what we're talking about. If you're doing DMT all the time and it's affecting you, again, I don't think there's Johnny, I think you're the one who said this, and I agree with it. There's no biological shortcuts.
Yeah, and I got that. I think that's from either Tim Ferriss or one of those guys that is in his circles.
That's my opinion. There's no biological
biological free lunch is what he said.
So you do something, it's gonna cost you. So my drugs are coke, speed, booze. I don't like marijuana. I've never been a weed person.
Uppers.
I'm an upper guy.
Yeah,
so that's the alcohol's a downer. But
is it? I think it's a stimulant technically.
No, it's it's actually
sure
a depressant. Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
But that's my whole opinion. So if you're out there and you're thinking about, oh, should I do it? Don't do it unless you absolutely have to. I would stay sober. That's my opinion. But I don't think, in my humble opinion, psychedelics are a breaking of it, if you're doing it to have a spiritual experience.
This is interesting. Alcohol, this is from PubMed. Alcohol produces both stimulant and sedating effects in humans. They think that people who experience more of the stimulant effects are more susceptible to alcoholism.
Probably.
That's interesting.
Probably, yeah.
So that would fit kind of your profile, right?
Yeah. So dude with a hot girl who wanted to offer me DMT, thank you. Thank you.
Do you think you'll be ready at a time in your life?
Maybe, but right now I'm enjoying not doing anything.
Why risk it, right? It's happier than happy. Is that what we're thinking?
Yeah, happier than happy. You know, I'm to be fully honest with you, I do have a desire at some point to try ayahuasca.
See, that's the one. I can't do all the vomiting and stuff. That would scare me.
That's the only thing I wish to do. But outside that, I don't. I'm so blessed at my point. I don't want to do drugs. I don't want to do alcohol. I don't consider.
What about like Kundalini yoga and stuff, where you can get some psychedelic experiences naturally? Would you be interested in that?
I love yoga.
Okay.
Next call.
Hey man, this is for y'all. It's an atrocity. First message went to shit because I'm not good at messages and stuff. But anyway, me and my buddy went to this girlfriend that he was dating's house, and I took
I'll just say really quick, this guy's from Alabama. The story, I want to see what you think happens in the story because I don't quite get it.
Okay.
took her friend along with me to the state. So anyway, we get to the house. It's late at night. You can hear.
If it's not clear, it's him and his buddy. They're with 2 other girls.
Johnny, I appreciate that you speak fluent redneck.
Yeah.
And you know what this Southern man's saying. Thank you, Johnny.
And his buddy is like he's been dating the
Do you
girl he's
remember
with.
did you ever watch Airplane?
Yeah, of course.
When
I've
she's
seen
like,
it many times. Yeah.
I speak fluent jive turkey.
Yeah. Those are so funny. Yeah, dude, you can never get away with that today. The jive talk stuff, that would never happen. So his buddy is with like his girlfriend basically, and this guy is with I think her friend, but they just met. Is the point here? Okay.
In the bedroom, just smashing, man. He was smashing this girl. She was fine with it, you know. Banging. Anyway, me and her friend was laying like in the living room floor, and we were just, we were fooling around, but we didn't want them to know because we had just met. So we were fooling around, and then all of a sudden the door opened from the back room. It got quiet, right? And so I'm playing like I'm asleep, and she's playing like he's asleep. Finger's still on the button, And she kind of walks through, and she's looking for the remote for the bedroom. The remote's on the back of the couch, right? And get this, I'm laying on the floor, right? So she steps over me and puts one foot up on the couch and grabs that remote, and I immediately have to look up. I don't have a choice but to look up, to see what's going on. And I see it, and I'm like in awe with my, if you can picture my face going, ah. Next thing you know, it hits me right in the mouth, bro. Right in the fucking mouth. So I just.
So now he got jizz in his mouth. Is that what we're to believe here?
Take one for the team. Just keep my mouth shut. Just don't swallow. Whatever. Just I'm in panic mode, bro. I'm waiting until this bitch, she finally goes back to the fucking bedroom, and I get up and I'm in the garbage chunking apple juice and shit, orange juice, just washing my mouth out in the fucking sink. And, never told anybody this story.
Dude, that is the best.
That's so gross, bro.
Dude, that is the best.
Is that an atrocity or is that that's a tragedy? That's like a real thing.
No, but okay. So, by the definition of it, the definition of atrocity is something you would only find like outrageous.
And like the only person who would be into that is like R. Kelly or something. Like, I mean, nobody wants
that. But this
that.
is an atrocity.
That's a tragedy for everyone.
This is an atrocity.
It is?
I think it's an atrocity because what it won last year technically is a tragedy, but we agreed it was a great atrocity. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I guess there's also like, it's something that you would never want anyone to know either. I guess it's, do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand? In your opinion, what's the difference between a tragedy and an atrocity?
A tragedy is something that's truly awful that everybody would agree is bad that it happened and would not want it to happen to them. An atrocity is something that most people would be like, I don't know. I mean, whatever, But to you, it's a serious problem.
Okay, but the guy that won jizz in the mouth, everyone would agree that's an atrocity. I mean,
yeah,
that's
it was
awful.
his own jizz, though. That's different. That's like a closed loop.
How about this, John?
It went from your body
Johnny,
to back in your body.
Here's what I need you to do. Is there a broken sim? Is there a broken sim Twitter still?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
If you listen to the show and you're on Twitter, Johnny's just simply going to put atrocity or non-atrocity. Yes, no. You vote. Was this an atrocity? As soon as this drops, go to Twitter, vote.
Twitter.com/brokensim.
Broken Sim, and vote. Is this? I think it is. Johnny doesn't.
Atrocity or tragedy?
Atrocity or so that is it. Atrocity or tragedy? So you put atrocities, tragedies.
Yeah, more words that'll get us banned from Twitter, I'm sure.
Yo, what's up?
Oh no, we did that already.
Hey, Sam. Hey, Johnny.
What's up, dude?
I called you guys with this story, and you never played it. I thought it was a pretty solid poop story.
We get a lot of calls.
so
Johnny, explain that
again.
Oh, we get so many. Dude, I mean, I just can't listen to all of them. I don't have enough time in the day. It's dozens and dozens, like multiple calls every day, like a 10 every day. It's crazy how many people call.
Well, we love that.
No, it's great. No, keep calling. And if we don't get it, I mean, we'll get to you eventually.
We'll try to get to you eventually.
I mean, I listened to probably 30 calls today just to pair out a few.
Oh, Johnny, thank you for your hard work.
You're welcome. And I did a lot of other stuff too. So.
Oh, snap.
I'll call until you guys play it on the podcast. How about that?
That's how you do it.
So anyway, I'm the guy that called and drank his brother's piss out of the Arizona iced tea bottle.
That is
so
an atrocity.
Back in 2016, I was 21
sad,
years
too.
old, and I was deployed. And the first day you
Thank you
get
for your
there, they
service.
tell you not to drink the water. They give you
If you go to a dinosaur
bottled
place, you get a
water
discount.
everywhere you go. So about 3 months into this deployment, I was brushing my teeth in the morning, and by accident, I swallowed a big gulp of the sink water. And about 2 days later, I had uncontrollable, wicked liquid shits coming out of my butthole. And I got put on quarters for a few days. That means you can't work. You're just basically on bed rest.
I think this is a shit story, maybe, and not an atrocity. But here we go.
And it was
Well, a shit story can be an atrocity.
It's true, but I think, remember, we had a call for shit your pants stories. I think this might be one of those.
8 o'clock in the morning, I was in a dead sleep, and I looked like the guy from the end of the Avatar movie where he just opens up his eyes because I had to shit so bad, and I was just wearing underwear.
Can I just say, by the way, you ever wake up, like, it seems like whenever I get sick, it's always in the middle of the night, and I wake up. That's the worst feeling,
That is
waking
the
up
worst.
sick in the middle
When you
of the night.
wake up in the morning, you're like, why am I sick? I was just sleeping.
Yeah, dude. And it, like, do you get weird dreams when you get sick? Like, if I get
Johnny, I
nauseous or
wish I
something-
remember my dreams.
I remember a lot of them.
I need to find out why. You know what I think it is? Because Dana, you know, her mother's 94. So she sleeps with her phone right next to her. So I'm getting EMFs all day.
Oh, really?
That's why I don't remember my dreams.
I had a dream last night where this black chick who was like a crackhead was trying to get in the car and sleep with me. I swear to God, last night.
What if I let her do it? What if I did let her
No,
in?
I swear. That was my dream I had last night. Like, I'm not even joking. I just remembered it. But I was in my
What
old
is that,
car
some weird
from high school, and like the back was open and like golf balls were flying out.
Remember
so I went out and closed
those
it.
Lifetime magazines, like a woman in North Carolina feels a burning in her hands. Little did she know her daughter was like caught in a fire or something like that.
Yeah. So you had this traumatic experience with this homeless person, and I dreamt about it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And then at first, the black chick, I was like, oh, she's kind of hot. I swear. And then she came around to my window after I got back in my car.
Are you being honest, Johnny?
I promise you.
Shut up.
And I looked there, and she had like acne and stuff.
This chick
and
had no
slowly
acne.
turned like crazy looking to me, like
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
And she was like, let me in. I just want to sleep with you. And I just
Johnny,
remember
did
that.
you get a fear boner?
No, I woke up. It kind of freaked out though. It
Were
was
you
a freaky-
hard?
No, it wasn't
You
arousing.
ever wake up in the morning hard? You're like, I wonder what got me hard.
It's not. I think it's something to do with blood flow and stuff.
Okay.
Morning wood.
'Cause sometimes I feel like I could just shank somebody.
Oh, dude. I mean, it takes me a while
And
to
I
be
think
able to
you're
pee.
right, because sometimes I'll whack it and it just doesn't do anything.
Yeah,
It's
not
like a zombie erection. It feels nothing.
Dude, if I don't relieve myself periodically, I'll have wet dreams still.
No, Johnny.
I do.
What am I, 12?
I still do. If I don't sort it out over a period
Well,
of
you have
like
a
a week or
girlfriend.
something.
Why is she letting you not sort it out?
Well, if she's out of town or something, whatever.
Okay, respect.
So I got out of bed, tried to put on my slippers for what seemed like forever, and I felt the shit coming down my butthole pipe.
The worst.
And I grabbed the front of my boxers to try and trap the poop from leaking down my legs.
Respect.
So you get what he's doing?
But that didn't work.
He's pulling like the front of his boxers to make it tight against his ass to like
Johnny?
form a seal on the back.
Johnny, you hate poop. I hate poop, right? But would you put a thumb up there to cork
No,
it?
oh, I think I'd take my hand and like
Cork
push it
and
Yeah,
just hold
try
it
to
up?
Push it up there.
Yeah, I think you'd have to.
You got to.
You don't want shit all
So I
over
finally
the
got my
barracks.
slippers on. I go and slay the toilet. I had to throw my boxers away because there was just liquid poop all over my underwear.
But
all over
why
my
are
neck.
you getting your now? Do you think you had to leave the barracks to find an outdoor pooper? Is that why he throws on the slippers?
Well, it's a communal place. You're walking down a hallway.
If
like,
I'm DEFCON 5, with my
the
butthole
lower DEFCON is
is
the
yelling, Hold the door.
Hold on.
Hold on. If my butthole's doing that, okay, I'm not putting on my slippers. I'm running.
Yeah.
I'm power walking,
Good point.
butts clinched.
Turtle
the fact
walk.
that he took time to put on slippers says maybe he deserves a little of this. Sorry.
Oh, tactical mistake. There.
Yes, dude, for sure.
Just everywhere. So I take a shower, and I realize that I don't have a towel or any other clothes to change in. So I shower up real quick. I run down the hallway to get dressed, and I put on a pair of underwear, and I'm still soaking wet, and there's a trail of liquid shit all down this hallway. So I grab a mop to go clean up the shit that's on the floor, and one of the other firefighters walks in the hallway to go get a drink or go to the bathroom or something, and he just stops, and I stop what I'm doing, and he looks at me, and we lock eyes, and we just have a moment, and he doesn't say anything, and I don't say anything, and then he just looks away and keeps walking, and then I kept on mopping the floor.
What do you think that guy was thinking?
Oh my God. What was your nickname after this? Shits McGee or something like that?
You know that guy
I
told
wonder
everybody.
if that guy ever saw that dude again and knew him at his lowest moment.
Yeah, like just sees him from across the room the next day.
Now,
and
the
it's just
question
like,
is, which is worse, Johnny?
you just do this face, though. You know this look right here? When you see another man, you know he's having a hard time, you just go like that. That's what he did. Yeah, there it is right there. See him the next day, like, sorry, bro. Sorry, man.
I'm trying to forget about that stuff. So, Johnny, what's worse? Drinking your brother's pee or a trail, leaving it? You could tell us by the trail poop.
That's tough. That's tough. Because you see, one is your problem. Like, it's your shit.
But everyone knows you did it now. Or you secretly drank your brother's piss.
No, it's not a secret. His brother knew about it and laughed at him, let him do it, remember?
Yeah, okay. But yeah, okay. So the brother knows, but
it
your
is
whole
your brother.
barracks knows that you just left a shit trail of cums.
I don't
of
want to drink
poop.
anybody's piss. I don't want to drink anybody's
So
piss.
that's it.
I
You'd
think
rather
so.
have
Barely, though. It's like 51-49.
It's a
close.
fight.
Yeah. What do you got?
I would probably. I mean, do I want to move up in the military? Because you'll never make 5-star general
With a shit story on you?
If you shit in the hallway.
What's the badge for that? You think they got a little
poop emoji?
Little decoration, you know, just a brown rectangle on your...
Interesting, dude. I don't think it's an atrocity. I think it's a travesty.
A tragedy. Do we want to say travesty or tragedy?
Which one do you want?
Well, it's up to you. I think they're both equally
No,
good.
I think it's a tragedy. A tragedy is when something happens to someone. A travesty is when something happened and people don't want to recognize it. So I'm going to say this is a tragedy.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Is that all it was?
No.
Yeah, you are my fire, the one desire, believe when I say Allah Akbar, I want it that way. Tell me why Allah Akbar ain't nothing but a heartache. Allah Akbar, tell me why ain't nothing but a mistake. Allah Akbar, tell me why I
What does he
never
say?
wanna
I don't know.
hear you
say.
say Allah Akbar, I want it that way.
That's Call of the Year. That's definitely up there. Not quite as much as a squirrel playing dead in the middle of the streets.
My personal atrocity, I know I can't say atrocity, it's war crimes. And then there's a big thing on YouTube about war crimes. We can't talk about war crimes anymore, which fucking sucks. I got a bunch of war crimes. But like a personal, like a not so war crimey, personal atrocity is Sam Tripoli has not smelled my armpits yet.
Is that it?
This guy left a bunch of voicemails, and a lot of them were really long. They were too long. So if you want to get something on the show, make it a little shorter.
Yeah.
Like that one.
That was
a
nice
good
and
one.
short.
That was a good one.
That is not an atrocity.
No, that's not an atrocity.
But
Sam does love smelling armpits.
I do. If you're a hot chick, I'll sniff your armpits.
That was one of the culture shock. Well, I don't even call that culture shock because that's not culture. That's just Sam. But when I first moved here, hanging out with Sam and watching him just smell random women's armpits, asked to, of course, he asked.
Yeah, I'm an asker.
That's gonna be a me too for you eventually, though. Like
no,
Louis.
because I asked for Johnny.
Louis asked too. Louis C.K. asked.
Yeah, but I'm not whipping my dick out, Johnny. I'm smelling their armpits and they're lifting their arms doing it.
What'd you think of the way he did his special? I watched it. It was pretty good. He did Madison Square Garden, and he did it so that you could buy to watch it live, the whole show. Like they had a music act and 2 openers, and then his event. And I think he's got it like for a couple more weeks now. You can still watch it, and then it's just gone. And it might. They're saying. I don't know if it's just marketing that it's gonna be his last special for a while, like a long time.
Well, it's like somebody's saying. I'm not gonna say the comic, but. They were looking at they have no dates. And I'm like, I think some people...
What do you mean by that?
No dates on the road.
Who does?
I'm not going to say the comic's name because I just don't want to...
But what's that guy? I don't quite understand what you're saying with this.
What I'm saying is like, I think there's people been in the game for a while that are kind of wanting to try other things in life.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to be honest with you. It's my discussion with Dana is like, I've been in the LA comedy scene since I was 25 years old. I'm 50.
Yeah.
I'm like...
One life to live.
Yeah, I want to do other things like jiu-jitsu at night and chill and experience life and then go on the road and talk about it. It's just like I'm kind of I think that you need to live some life. And
Learn
I know,
to cook, man. Come on.
I'm trying, dude. Someone goes, "You're 50, you don't know how to cook."
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
I'm like, hey, dude, I cook. I cook horribly though.
I saw one guy thinks that we stole something about the title or something from the last, like the whole concept of our last episode of Broken Sim. I think about the Chinese balloon or something. He's like, I appreciate you guys giving me credit for stealing my idea.
For what?
I don't know. I don't know what he's talking about. I replied to him. He hasn't replied to me yet.
That's something I wanted to talk to you about.
What?
Hold on 1 second.
I'll play this other voicemail while you're looking. This is a short one. And then we just got one more after that.
Holy shit, I actually got through. Boys, I'm calling from Australia.
What's up, dude?
I just want to give you guys props. You are doing a cracker of a job. Sam, Conspiracy Daddy, keep up the great work, brother. You guys are getting a massive following over here in Australia.
Thank you, buddy.
Fuck the haters. Let's do it. Thanks, boys. See ya.
What a nice guy.
I'll take it, man. Dude, all the positive stuff we could hear about.
I like Australia.
Dude, they want me to go. Eddie's afraid that they're going to arrest us.
They're not going to arrest you.
So I asked Dave Landau if he wants to go. So I might go with Dave Landau.
They have good comedy there. I really like
the chicks
Chris.
are all tall, Amazon, and pregnant.
You got to watch this show, Summer Heights High.
Thank God you're here. Grandma's been raped.
Oh, I remember that. He plays like all the different characters.
Oh, he's so good, dude.
Even
Chris
even the female characters.
That's right. And he even does like brown face for this guy from Tonga, Jonah. And it's so funny. It used to be on HBO streaming.
It's so stupid. Like, it's like so dumb. Like, the outrage on blackface is so ridiculous. Because it's like, okay, there was a time that they didn't allow black actors to work. That time is not now.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Dude, it's so ridiculous. Dude, do you remember the E-Trade ad?
Yeah.
The babies? The couple was interracial.
That's so funny.
They were 6-month-olds. And they still were interracial. And it was still the same interracial.
I know what you're showing here.
Yeah. Okay, so I want to get into this real quick. And this is one of the drawbacks behind everybody posting everything. Now, I'm not sure who this stand-up is. Does it say his name down there?
Stanley. Ian Stanley.
Ian Stanley. Now, I want to say something. I don't know Ian Stanley. And I have... this isn't to point out anything about Ian Stanley outside of that. Him and I have a similar, we have the same premise, but we both deliver it different ways. And the reason I'm saying this is because this is going to become an issue in comedy. Because based on Ian's accent, I think he's from somewhere other than America.
Yeah.
And he references American commercials. But him and I have a similar premise to the point that somebody sent me this clip. So I'm going to tell you my joke right now is about how there's no more white couples in comedy. They're all interracial with a Filipino kid.
Yeah.
And I always go, that's not your kid. Get the fuck out of there. And I go, black people are crushing it right now in commercials. I'm happy for them. Get that SAG-AFTRA insurance.
Yeah.
Get it. I'm happy anybody who works. But in our commercials, they literally have black people doing stuff I've never seen them do in real life. Like there's a MasterCard commercial where they got black people scuba diving. I'm like, black people scuba dive, they don't even take their socks off in porn. Now they're deep sea fishing. That's my joke.
That's great.
Eric Griffin has his own joke about how there's no white people in commercials. Eric Griffin. So this is Ian Stanley's joke, and I want you to see it real quick.
We're in commercials. Man. What a crazy time. White
Hold on, it starts like right at the first beat.
people and white people were in commercials. Man. What a crazy time. If you watch an American commercial right now, you'd be like, oh, what happened to the white people? Did somebody kill them all? Where'd they go? It's just like a Japanese woman with a Mexican woman, and they're married, and they have a black kid. And they're like, Concerta. When white people were in commercials.
Stop. So it's almost the same premise.
Yeah, it's close.
His does his
He
version.
doesn't really. He just kind of says the premise though. He
But
doesn't really have a
this
joke.
is nothing against Ian. Ian's super funny, and I that's a. But what I'm telling you is the way comedy police work. And by the way, very rarely is it comedians. It's people who watch comedy that love to point this out. They think all comics know everybody.
In other
And
countries.
there's some kind of comedy registration where you could register your joke, and then once you say something on stage, the comedy police come, write you.
No, Belzer did that in '87. Sorry.
So I was doing serious radio with 3 other comics. It was hosted by Steve Hostetler. I was doing a joke about how stupid it is for people after they win a championship to riot in their own neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Like, why are you burning down your own shit?
Yeah.
The rule should be if your team wins, you go to the
Go
city
to the
that
city.
lost
Yeah.
and burn their city down.
Yeah, that's funny.
So I'm doing this live on the radio. This dude's wife, who's completely unfunny, goes, oh, we're doing bits now, which lets you know where she is comedically.
Yeah.
Right? Then she goes,
Wait, she was on the panel?
yeah.
Okay.
Then she goes, and I don't remember the name of the comedian. She goes, oh, that's Tom Johnson's joke from Chicago. Like I'm supposed to know who Tom Johnson from Chicago is. Like I know every comic that's working.
That's so funny.
So then there's a black guy on there
did
who
you go
goes,
off
Tom
on
Mooney. Paul Mooney does a bit like that. Like I know every bit ever written. Then this mother, he does it on the radio. Then
Wait,
this
who does what on the radio?
He says that, oh, Paul Mooney has a bit about that.
Wait, but so this was another appearance where you did
No,
the
this
bit?
is the same show.
Oh, okay.
Then I see this guy at the Comedy Store.
The same guy?
This black guy a week later. And he's like, hey, man, can you do me a favor? Can you, like, recommend me to blah, blah, blah? I go, Doug, you just inferred I jacked a joke from somebody, from a joke I've never even heard of, from somebody on national radio. And you want me
Eat shit, yeah. No
to
way.
recommend you? Get the fuck out of here, I told him. I go, and this is my honest opinion on observations.
Yeah.
Like, you can't claim to have ownership of an observation.
Yeah.
There's too many people doing comedy. There's too many people. Like, me and Dave Chappelle did the exact same bit, almost word for word, about the gay bar shooting in Orlando.
What was that one?
The bit was basically that this guy was going around that he said, and this is total bullshit, but the story was on the news that he was yelling ISIS. And both our premise was just because you yell something doesn't mean you're in it. And we literally both said, we both yell Wu-Tang, doesn't mean I'm in the Wu-Tang. And then we both talked about how deep undercover do you have to be of being a terrorist that you're in a gay club sucking dudes' dicks.
Yeah.
We both had the same premise. It's almost word for word. This one comic saw Dave do it on stage. She ran out. She goes, "Oh my God, Dave's doing your bit." I go, "I doubt it." They did it on Saturday Night Live. And you know what I got out of that? I wrote a Dave Chappelle level bit.
That's a very high level way to look at it.
It's so ridiculous to think you're the only one to come up with an observation. It's stupid.
Yeah, well, you see that. I mean, we get in the comments all the time. You see it. How many times do you just think something and then somebody's saying the same thing on TV? It happens all the time. Like with Mara last week. There was something we talked about, and he did the exact same thing, word for word, on that we were talking about Broken Sim. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, nobody's going around watching stuff. I mean, some people are, and I know who they are, but I don't come on here and talk about that.
Well, that's a different thing. If it happens a bunch, like over and over again, then you're on.
Well,
something.
Here's because
like with the same person. I mean, if the same person keeps doing it.
The whole stuff with like Carlos Mencia was that you could pinpoint when he was in the room.
Yeah, that's different. Chain of evidence there, chain of custody.
Right?
Yeah.
And the guy was so stupid. He was doing famous bits from famous comics.
Speaking of crimes, I got my girl watching Making a Murderer now, and it's just making me angry all over again watching those old.
There's so many people think that he did it. I go, guys,
what are you
they're
watching?
Dumb, but this is you can't go. Oh, it's factually proven that they framed him for something else, but they would never do it here.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. It's just ridiculous.
Well, did you see they have a new appeal in that she's found somebody that says that they saw them moving that car?
Yeah.
Like right before.
But Johnny, here's where we get in the and this is what we talk about all the time on Tinfoil Hat. We're in a place where these judges are activists.
Oh yeah, dude.
And the Supreme Court of Wisconsin blatantly dismissed everything because they know that once this guy's released, he's going to own the state of Wisconsin.
Absolutely. You know what they're like, dude? They're like replay review officials in the NFL, when it gets kicked up and they always go with the referee every time.
Or that when they really want the Rams in the Super Bowl and they didn't call that pass interference on the Rams against New Orleans. You remember that? It was so obvious.
Yeah. Where they pulled him down, right? Yeah.
Where it's like he basically pulled him down and they're like, nope, no pass interference. That's what they're doing.
Yeah,
they're ignoring the evidence. And it's so obvious that listen, Stephen Avery, whatever you want to say, let the kid out.
Yeah, he's not a smart guy, dude. And I
think
the
kid is like...
Oh, Brendan Dassey. Yeah,
let him out.
Yeah, that kid was clearly manipulated. They had his brain shish kebabbed.
Oh,
he was so out of it.
But then you see they watch the tape and the guy literally
feeds him everything.
Violates everything that you're not supposed to do.
Yeah, he fed him every new piece of information.
Right.
All right. So this is did you send this to me? This crazy woman.
Oh yeah. So this is the craziest. We're not going to say what it's about, what she's freaking out about. But just so you know, this is the type of person that has dictated to you how you lived your life over the last couple years.
Yeah.
Watch this lady. Now, Johnny, you describe at home what's going on to the listeners.
Let's go with it.
Why don't you go? Go back.
We've got a woman here who is spazzing out. She looks like the crazy lady who like taught art part-time at the high school, and came in with just like a handful of her purse and papers.
Like double-digit cats.
Oh, for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Hasn't seen schlong in a decade or so.
No.
Angry at the world.
Angry. In your house. All I'm doing is working.
Okay, asshole, you've got a lawsuit on you now.
Okay.
What is your name and the name of your garden service? I cannot...
And there's a guy who's trying to work.
He's trying to work. And what is her problem?
that I think it's that he's not wearing a face covering.
Yeah,
and
a face
they're
diaper.
outside, to be clear.
Yeah,
and
they're
the thing that
outside.
she calls a face covering just fell off her face.
Yeah.
She's got her hand all over it,
She's
touching
trying
it.
to put it on. Now she has double. There's 4 ties.
Yeah, and
This is
none
very-
of them are tied.
None of them are tied.
It's just falling off her face.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Listen to me. I am telling you to stop filming me.
Okay, then leave me alone.
She's holding it like
I'm
there's
trying
a
to.
gas
I'm
attack.
trying to document this for my safety and yours. Okay.
Shut up.
See, and stop.
Okay.
What she said earlier is why our country's out of whack. It's lawsuits. Somebody like that can file a lawsuit against anybody.
Anybody.
Crazy people can, and these lawyers. There's too many lawyers.
Oh, yeah. I mean, come on.
There's just too many lawyers.
Yeah.
So they're just grabbing cases like this. Go on. This is so funny. So stop. So if you're at home, this guy, he's a law maintenance woman. This woman looks like she owns 1,000 cats. She looks like she's she looks like she likes to stand in the middle of traffic to protest climate change. Like she just looks like an art teacher who has like the Black Lives Matter flag, the gay pride flag, all that stuff in her kindergarten class, like that kind of crazy. And she's again struggling to put on an apron on her face. She is now she has picked up papers off the ground. Now, I don't know if she's writing down his name so that she could sue him, right? So she walks around the back of the truck. He's following her with the camera. Go. Follows her around. She's grabbing stuff. She pulls.
Sancho's garden service.
She's taken a Rubbermaid trash can off the back of his truck.
Yeah, like when you're a kid and you want to play either astronaut or robot
R2-D2,
guy.
yeah,
R2-D2, that's what she's
and
doing.
she's put the trash can over her head so he can't continue filming her.
Which is somewhat of a she is stealing from him in a weird way. She is vandalizing his work.
Yeah, she's touching his property.
Yeah.
Would you like my phone number?
What'd she say? Hang on. She's writing something down inside the barrel now. You can hear it.
What are you
Can I have your phone number and your name too?
Sunshine Garden Service.
Yeah.
Number.
Dude.
420.
This is the funniest thing I've ever heard.
It's insane.
Yes.
What is your name?
Sancho.
Sancho.
Okay, and what is your phone number?
That was it.
Okay, so you're the owner of this business.
Yes.
And what is your last name?
Love.
Okay, is that your actual legal name?
Sí. ¿Cómo te llamas?
What is she upset about? Like, imagine living there in this, and you're upset. Do we even know why she's upset?
No, I don't. I just know that's a crazy person.
That's the funniest thing.
I mean, what
that is a
and
level.
She was worried about that mask.
A
Dude.
mental illness that is just beyond.
Yeah.
That looks like San Francisco, right?
Yeah, it's somewhere like that.
Yeah,
West,
for sure.
It's definitely West
yeah,
Coast.
Oh, it's very liberal.
Yeah.
Until
yeah.
they're
It could be
not.
like Oregon or
Right,
like Washington.
Right.
You know, we have held James O'Keefe and Project Veritas in kind of a place of like we couldn't quite place them. You know what their intentions were, and so now the news came out last week that he's on leave.
It's
basically.
so crazy, right?
It's really curious. Yeah, like what, and so they keep dropping out these little stories like they're saying he was super cruel to employees. He would put staff through, quote, public crucifixions. That was in a leaked memo that came out that he would do that. He would do like embarrass them, you know, publicly and kind of just get weird with them. So now he's on paid leave. The guy created Project Veritas.
100%.
And I mean, I'll
see,
just
Johnny,
read the news
this
here.
is what happens
This is what happens when you want to be happier than happy, right?
Explain that.
Because what actually happened was, I think he turned this into a nonprofit, right?
Yeah, it's a nonprofit, right?
Which means he had to have a board. Is that correct?
I think that's how.
Which
I mean, he
opened
does
him
have a
up
board,
to this. Now, you know my opinion on a lot of stuff. So
That's what happened to Steve Jobs. That's how he got kicked out the board of his own company.
Yeah.
Kicked him off.
You got to open it. You open yourself to that because you want to figure out ways not to pay taxes and all that stuff, right? So you open yourself up to this, and this is what's going on. Now, I didn't like James O'Keefe way back in the day when I didn't have a clear view of how the world worked. I thought he was too much going after liberals. But then I started to realize that what he was doing, which is a lot of people are doing now, Alex Stein.
I love Alex Stein. He's so funny.
Blessings. Such a good guy.
Yeah.
Alex, we're going to be in Dallas if you want to come do a show with me and Eddie again. So we do that, right? We basically, so he created that. And I appreciate that because he's doing real journalism. But the question is, the question was forever, why is he allowed to operate like this? Well, guess what? He's not now.
Yeah.
And you got to go, how does this happen? Well, because Pfizer has deep pockets and even deeper detectives, probably looking up everybody's on the board. What fucking secrets do you have that you don't want anyone to know about?
That's such a good point. Yeah. The director of Project Veritas released a statement. His name is Daniel Strack. He said, a few weeks ago, a number of our staff provided leadership with some verbal feedback describing real management concerns regarding the treatment of people and our internal process. This prompted the board to solicit feedback from additional staff members, and that internal letter was leaked. The narrative that is being portrayed by referencing this letter is patently false. James has not been removed from Project Veritas. Nowhere in that letter was there ever a suggestion to remove James from the organization. So that's what he's saying now. While I do understand the timing of the situation alongside the biggest story in our organization's history is confusing and very easy to come up with conspiracy theories.
I can't buy this, what they're saying.
That's what he's trying to downplay the Pfizer.
Yeah, he's trying to be like, we care for our employees. You're full of it.
He says, I assure you that in no way will we ever be brought to you by Pfizer, is what he said.
You're full of it. Because if you really cared about your work, you go, we can't do this right now. We have to wait till this story plays out.
Yeah.
Then do it.
Yeah,
the fact that you're doing it right now and it's destroying whatever credibility you got for the story you did. I know this is going to go on Rockfit or going to go on. I can't go into it. But even the story that's being put plays into what Pfizer wants.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's the whole thing about Project Veritas. It's like, how'd you get that big and how are you able to operate like that? Well, now he's been kicked out. That gives Project Veritas, I don't know, maybe that gives James O'Keefe a little more credibility.
I think so. Yeah.
But it makes you question Project Veritas at this point.
Well, yeah,
right?
the organization, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, that story was just
ridiculous.
Bizarre. Okay. This is just one of these simulation things. Like, just a wink from the creator. So, you know about this Ohio train derailment. There's chemicals spewing everywhere. And then listen to this.
That was eerily similar.
Okay, hold on. Here we go. This is local news.
By the way, stop.
We also
By the way, get to the beginning of that thing where they show the people on it. Like, look at this, man. Look at this.
What, you mean hit play?
Yeah, play. Story tonight of an East Palestine man.
Rate them. I want to see them. Oh, make that bigger so we can see them.
I have to hit play to make it.
Who was in a recent movie that was eerily similar.
Look at his age. Look at her age.
Yeah, she's mid-20s, maybe early 20s, and he's 60.
Right? So this both plays into what women complain about and what they also like to deny, which is that women's prime is the greatest prime of them all. It's just great prime. Like,
Guys do age well though. Women have a lot of like I hear a lot of women like complain about that. Is that guys like get better looking as they age? And
Listen. There's guys out there that are incredibly good looking that are broke and nobody wants to talk to them.
Oh,
because,
for sure. Yeah,
because what men bring to value, men are defined by their paychecks.
Yeah.
All right.
What they can provide. Yeah.
That's it. And it's like you hear people talking about all the time. Men never get unconditional love. Very rarely. Maybe by their children. That's it. But it's always how much can they provide is their value to what they do. But the fact that this guy who looks like he's in his 50s, pushing 60s, is next to a 20-something-year-old woman. So this is part of also my belief of the depopulation, right? This girl's gorgeous. She's easy on the eyes. She is getting a ton of cash. There's no way she is making considerably less than him. That would be a lawsuit, right? He might make a little more because, let's say, he's been there longer, right?
Yeah.
So the whole theory is this. If you're in your local news by a certain age, that means you've been passed on from going to the big leagues.
Yeah, they're all trying to get national anchor. Yeah.
National anchor. That is the role. It is a weird, almost like actor type thing.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Right?
It's like its own culture. Yeah,
it's weird, right? Because like,
it's that way in print journalism too. Everybody's trying to get up to the national paper.
Do you think she wanted to be on the set of why do you want to be a newscaster? Is it that you want the fame and fortune of 60 Minutes? It's just a weird kind of fame, right?
Oh yeah, she's trying to move up. Yeah, for sure. And it's funny in print, everybody in print looks down on TV like they're the dummies because they don't write well. Like if you look,
they're shiny objects.
Yeah, they're shiny objects.
He's great at reading off a prompter.
Yeah.
That's the key. You got to be able to read off a prompter.
But they also just cover stuff quick and dumb. That's their main the name of the game in TV.
Yeah. So anyways, so it's like you look at this young lady. I don't know if she's married. I don't know if she has
got a big
kids.
ring on there.
What she got? So she looks like she's married, right?
Yeah.
I think what they do is they take these high value women, attractive, intelligence, and they fast track them to a lot of money, so they're less likely to have kids.
Oh, interesting.
Right?
Are there enough jobs to do that with?
Well, I mean, we're looking left and right. More and more women are being hired. Like, Patrick Bet David did a story that women in America own 2 million more homes than men.
That's crazy. What is that about? Why is that?
Who knows, dude?
It's like you're seeing more women too. Now I think college is a racket, but you're seeing more women like degrees now.
Yeah, nobody talks about how it's 5-1 on campuses.
Yeah.
Why does it? And like, dude, you would go to a college and they'd be like, yeah, it's 5-1 women to men. You're like, yeah, sign me up, right?
Yeah.
That was a selling point.
For sure, yeah. That's why that's one of the selling points for my school. Yeah.
Right? I mean, that is it. College, it's just the fact that more women are in college. It gets rid of that. But look at him, his age. Look at her age. Yet they're at the same place at the same time. It's on ESPN too. You see all these players.
He's maxing out though, and she's on her way up. I guarantee you.
Well, that's the whole thing.
All right, so this story is crazy. You know about the derailment. Have you heard about this? This is like a synchronicity about this.
The train derailment that happened.
First News reporter Abigail Cloutier spoke with him about the uncanny
this
similarities.
Woman doing the interview. Listen to this.
When Ben Ratner signed up to be an extra on White Noise,
like
a movie that was about
Stop.
Oh,
look at her rack.
Yeah, and she looks like she's about 19.
Yeah, she does. First of all, where are you going to, a Pearl Jam concert?
I know, she's wearing a flannel.
They just called it. Is anybody in that completely toxic area that we can throw a camera in front of?
Yeah, she's the only one that was willing to go down there.
Gal with your fat rack.
So if you're following at home, it was they jumped right into it. But there were people in this town where this happened who were in a movie, extras in a movie, where the plot was a train derailed and there was a giant chemical spill.
Train accident that caused a chemical leak. He never thought it would become his reality.
Ratner is an extra in a traffic jam scene sitting in a line of cars trying to evacuate.
The movie follows a family after a train hits a tanker truck, creating a chemical cloud. White Noise came out in 2022 and was shot around Ohio. Ratner is an extra in a shoot in Salem.
My dad and I went, and they had us basically in cars evacuating.
The plot of the movie is not lost on the East Palestine community.
Because there's only so much
Notice how they call it
negative you
Palestine,
can
not
focus on.
Palestine.
People are like, oh, how about this? It's kind of uncanny here, this movie.
Ratner tells me he tried watching White Noise again soon after the derailment.
Probably like 15 minutes in, I turned it off. It was not something that I was ready to watch yet.
The night of the fire, Ratner and his family were watching his kids' basketball game, and they weren't sure what was wrong at first. They live in what was the 1 mile evacuation zone, and it became clear they needed to get out.
Loaded up the kids and the dog and a little bit of clothes we had from mother-in-law's house and went and stayed in Salem.
He waited for a few days after the evacuation order to bring his wife, kids, and dog back. He says he worries about the effects of the disaster on East Palestine.
No way, man.
His family does not.
Kids? No way, dude.
No, dude, imagine, like, here's the issue. Here's, like, okay, the chemical. What's your property value at now? Like, what are you going to sell your house at?
Who's going to want to buy a house there ever? That whole community is probably going to go in the shitter now because of this.
Ohio is beautiful.
Oh, yeah, dude.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. Certain places, yeah. It can be industrial in the cities, but there are parts of Ohio that's gorgeous.
Johnny, does any of this make you think there might be an attack going on?
There's some weird energy building for sure, man. I don't know what it is.
So this is so funny because I wanted to do this.
We should roll that into the UFOs.
Power rank who's behind it.
Okay. So we should talk about the other stuff that's going on then. The government is they just keep shooting UAPs,
Johnny,
UFOs.
this is my favorite part of this story that makes me laugh. So our government is trying to convince us that they're able to shoot down possible UFOs, inferring that they may be alien, okay? Meaning from other what? Dimensions,
who knows?
Other planets, and our planes are able to shoot down these aircrafts from outer space.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if the government has ever
That's what we're starting to infer. So let me get this right. Our government can shoot down alien aircrafts, but balloons somehow river dance into our airspace and nobody knows how they got there. Is that what you're telling me?
Well, this is the news. This is the lead from today. This is from The Hill. The White House has a new leading theory on the origins of the UFOs. They were tied to, quote, some commercial or benign purpose. The Biden administration also made clear that there is no known connection of the latest objects to China, which sent a massive spy balloon across the U.S. earlier this month. Senators left a classified briefing on Tuesday with very few answers to their questions. Senator Tom Tillis of North Carolina questioned why a company didn't come forward to claim the objects if they were commercial, and noted that the objects are still unidentified. They're not at a stage where they're...
say made in China.
This is him quoted now. They're not at a stage where they're going to categorically identify them. They're balloons, blimps, a number of other things, he said. So they're not... And here's a picture of one of these so-called UFOs, or a video. Let's check this out.
Welcome to Who's Talking. We have...
Boy, Fox News advertises the shit out of themselves. Or he's on HBO now, isn't he? Chris Wallace. Yeah, I think he's on HBO now.
Oh my!
Sunday nights at 7.
Oh, CNN. Of course, he's on CNN.
There is no indication of aliens or extraterrestrial activity with these recent takedowns.
The
U.S.
That's like saying don't think of an elephant. You know?
Yeah, they're like that. You are just setting down precedent. This is what Eddie talks about. They're going to set precedents. Now they're saying it's not. They're going to start opening up that it could be. And then once you buy into the possibilities of it possibly being an alien, then it will become Project Bluebeam.
It's it's really looking like it, man. It's looking like we're heading that way. It's so crazy. I never thought we'd get this far into it.
It's the fast forwarding of it so quickly. And it's like, Why are they doing it so quickly? Well, because everything's coming out. We bombed the Norwood, the pipeline.
The PFIZER.
Joe Biden
stuff.
is like obviously bought and sold by China.
Twitter files.
Twitter file. I mean, like it's all coming out. But here's the craziest thing, Johnny. I don't think anyone gives a shit
about this.
I think COVID did so much damage to the government and mainstream media
credibility,
and that people are just. I mean, from Hillary Clinton to the Biden to Hunter Biden's laptop to Jeffrey Epstein. I think people are starting to watch going, it's not really what are they telling us, what are they not wanting to talk about? What are the things that they're not reporting on? And people are realizing it. Now, there is a movement now. Somebody just came out that Google's trying to double up. They're calling it pre-misinformation.
What? Like pre-crime?
Yeah, that's what they're looking to do. It's never going to happen, man. I'm just sorry for, like, I went to China. Everyone talks about how much China has everything on lockdown. Just so you know, they tell you, get a VPN. You can do whatever you want on the internet. Yeah. There's always a counter. There is always a counter. So we'll see what happens, man. So let's do this, Johnny. Do you have any more stories to talk
military is now detecting more items in the sky after changing radar settings in the wake of the Chinese spy balloon.
The military needs to have a plan to not only determine
all that. We are finally trying to understand them better.
Present the truth to the American public.
Jeremy Corbell is a documentary filmmaker.
Splashed. Mark Rogan a lot.
He has released several images of UFOs, some of which have been verified by the U.S. government.
Civil society groups like the Mutual UFO Network, Mr. Corbell and others have been collecting data on this issue for years.
Most recently, he released this image, which he claims shows the first UFO filmed by the U.S. military in a conflict zone.
Look at that.
What you see in this image is you see the first ever released U.S. military filmed UFO over a conflict zone that is officially designated UFO or UAP, unidentified anomalous phenomena, that is actively being investigated.
The Department of Defense and the Office of the Director of National Intelligence declined to comment on this image.
Goes on Rogan a lot.
I like, how can you not go, this is probably U.S. This is probably U.S. military. How can you be like so quick? I'm sorry. That's my opinion. You guys are way too quick.
Yeah, well, I mean that the name itself just
Johnny,
means we don't know
man.
what it is. Okay, I think we just got one more.
I mean, dude, this is so long.
Oh, it's just I want to do this. This is so funny. All right, so this is the Terry Bradshaw. Did you hear what Terry Bradshaw said to Andy Reid after they won the Super Bowl?
No.
He's getting so much crap for this, dude. Okay, listen.
Jesus, Johnny. Jesus.
Dude, you spent 2 hours talking about that homeless lady, and then another 30 minutes talking about those two
This is the world's first adjustable socket wrench. It replaces up to 90% of tools.
I don't need a socket
Eliminate
wrench. I've got all kinds of sockets.
Big guy. Let me get the big guy in here. Come on, waddle over here. You've done this before. I remember in the 49ers Super Bowl.
Is that what you got in trouble for?
Yeah, in this game, something similar. All of a sudden, your offense just started going. What was the difference?
Well, I contribute that to the offensive line, Pat Mahomes, and the rest. That's what we're talking about.
Have a cheeseburger on us and enjoy the Hawaiian shirt.
I will. That's
Congratulations.
So he's getting, I mean, they're burying Terry Bradshaw, trying to get him fired now for, fat shaming, which Andy Reid, you could tell, is just laughing about. He doesn't care. And they are burying this guy, dude. Like, this might be it for Terry Bradshaw.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude. They're coming for his balls. Like, hard. What'd you think? Did you find that offensive?
I know. As a fat guy, I know.
It was hilarious.
I think it's hilarious. Is have a cheeseburger
on us.
Maybe the guy likes cheese. Is he known for liking cheeseburgers?
Well, look at him. I assume he likes cheeseburgers.
For sure.
Come on.
No. What kind of piece of shit gets angry about that?
I don't know, but people
I'm
are
so
really
tired of
pissed.
fat people wanting to deny they're fat. You're fat. I'm fat.
And here's our last little.
I'm the king of the fat.
Here's our animal video. This is just a feat of engineering.
Johnny,
Have you seen this? Watch
Johnny,
this.
hold on.
Look at this, dude. No, you're missing this. Look at this. This is the way they get salmon that are going upstream across dams now. They built this like pneumatic tube like you have at the bank.
Yeah.
That you stick these. Watch it. You gotta watch this from the beginning.
Hold on, Johnny. I'm looking for something. No,
It's got 47 million views. Whatever's on your phone is not as enticing.
No, I gotta
as
send you. It's so funny, dude.
Watch, dude. They just put these fish in this pneumatic tube. Look at him. There he is, just sailing off. Look at this.
Imagine what's going through that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, dude. What is in his mind? Like, what the hell is happening? Usually takes them days to get over these dams. And look, whoosh, whoosh.
Oh, they're helping the fish?
Yeah, they're moving them over so that they can get past these dams. And it also allows them to like weed out predator species and invasive species that shouldn't be there. That's a feat of engineering right there. That's how that's how they normally go like upstream.
That's amazing.
Look at isn't this anyway.
For them, dude.
Yeah, good for them.
All right, go samphilly.com. Check out all my dates. That guy's haircut is great. How's my haircut this whole time?
Good
I
haircut.
gotta go.
Pick up your guitar, sing me a song. This was Groover's paradise. Now the Groover is gone. Was a cool little city